Morning. I hope you're all doing well. I apologize for the weird music switch. Literally, my phone was up on my desk with Spotify, and I leaned on it, and my butt changed the song. Motherfucking Billy, man. I love this music. This, like, era of music is just the best. That Unforgettable by Nat King Cole is such a memory, man. I have these crazy, like, not crazy, but visceral memories of my grandma's house when I was a kid, and she had like a stereo, like it was an old Rambler, but it was really nice house. Like it must have been a rich people's house, like in the 70s or something, because it had a stereo system built into the house, like into the ceilings. So she had, back in the day when you had like a stack of things to play music, like all the different things. She had like a case for that in her bar in the kitchen, and she would play Unforgettable Nat King Cole in the morning. And we'd wake up to it, and she'd be singing in the kitchen, and it would just be so quiet coming through all the speakers in the house, and it was so like delightful, just delightful. Like a cabinet stereo, exactly. Yes, I don't even know what they were. I mean, I was so young, but it was like all the different. You had to have all these different like receivers and shit in a literal cabinet to play music like that. It was like it had to have been like a 70s setup of having speakers, because this was that house has been bulldozed for so many years now. I don't even know. It's really sad. Ouch. Spotify used to freaking try to connect to my PC at home. Dude, it happens to me all the time. I hate Bluetooth. Like, I'll literally be in my kitchen listening to music on a Bluetooth speaker, and it'll suddenly start coming out of my PC and not that speaker anymore. I'm like, why? What happened? Why did you do that? Or it'll like Zach will be taking a shower, and all of a sudden my music will come through the speaker that's in my. I have like a little Bluetooth thing in my shower in the bathroom to listen to music, and all of a sudden it'll be like metal blare. It's just why. It's the best. Yep. You have to remote kill it. It's so why. It happened the other day. We don't have any. I hate AI stuff like things that talk to you like Amazon whatevers. What are they called? The Alexa. Sorry if you have one. I just initiated her. I hate them. They freak me out. But we have a Google Nest that they send us for free because we have Google Fi, and it sits in the kitchen, and it's literally just a music player. Like I just use it to play music. And I was in the shower actively listening to music, and all of a sudden it just decided to go to that speaker, and I hear Zach like, "What the fuck?" Because he's in the kitchen cooking, and all of a sudden it's just music blasting at him. I don't want anything to talk like a human talking to me is enough. I don't want any technology to talk to me at any time. Like I just don't want that. I hate them. They freak me out. I've never felt good about AI ever. It just doesn't feel good. It is. I kind of do like that I get to scare Zach on accident, but then I'm like in the shower and I can't do anything about it. Our internet went out yesterday around 1 p.m. Got that back around 2:30. Then our power went out around 5:30. Is it weather? Holy shit. And you didn't get it back till 9 p.m.? Oh my god, fuck that. I'm sorry. That's dumb. No shit, still rocking ADS, L7880 speakers from the 70s. Original owner spent like 2K. Whoa. You got them at the dump? Wait. No. Wait. You got him for 70 bucks. That's fucking sick. My dad used to work at the dump, and he would bring home really good shit from the dump all the time. No shit. We used to get that, like, I've told this story before, but every once in a while, you'd get bullied for having secondhand stuff or something. I had 8 siblings, so we lived on thrift and hand me down. And kids would come at me like, "Oh, your dad got you a snowboard from the dump." And I'd be like, "Yeah, but I have a snowboard and you don't, so I'm going to go snowboard." Peace. I didn't see a fucking problem. People throw brand new shit away. That's the most disgusting part about knowing people that work for landfills is how nauseatingly wasteful humans are. Like those speakers could have gone to a thrift shop. Those didn't need to be in the fucking dump. They obviously still worked. I just don't understand that. If it's still, what are you doing? Why not donate? I just don't understand that. Dude, Dude, it's the best. No shit, I got all my weed money from fixing up PCs from the dump. That's fucking smart. I never thought that's really smart. I was just a girl who would flirt for weed, but you know. I mean, you got to run on the beast, like yay. I rescued a huge pair of speakers from that someone put out in the trash. Those old speakers you can actually replace the cones and shit. Yes, I think those are the ones the senior was talking about. Like those big standing ones that you could get. Literally, that's like when I was talking about my Nana, her like stack stereo thing. You would have those if you didn't have like an internal speaker system or whatever, right? He's so hardworking. Yep, that's exactly what I am, Mom and Dad. Good job. Good. You're doing a great job, Mom and Dad. Cheers to that. I don't know why this came up. I was just telling Zach this story the other day, but the first weed that I ever owned, like the first like bud that was mine that I wasn't just like smoking off of somebody, I found in my parents' bedroom and took it. And when my mom found it, I was like, I found it in your bedroom. So you want to talk about that? And she had fucking no response. It was one of the most beautiful moments of our relationship. Was her being like, why do you have drugs? I found them in your room, Mom. You want to talk about it? And I swear to you, she literally, the excuse, I mean, bless her heart. She tried to pull the, well, I took it off your brother's and I was holding it until I could dispose of it or something like that. Bless her fucking heart. She did her best, I think. Yeah, Mish. I mean, my mom, my whole life, like, it took me a while to realize what was going on, but my mom would get her little CD Walkman, clip it on her belt, and she'd go for power walks with a little fanny pack. And I always wondered why she took a fanny pack. And she would come home smelling like skunk weed, which we had a lot of swamps around our house, so skunk weed made sense. But I was like, why are you walking in the swamp? Mother. Takes one to know one, bitch. I'm waiting for Junior to figure it out. I mean, it's so I don't know. Like, that's actually really interesting. So, I know a lot of you out there have kids. What is that like? Like, because I don't know, how do I word this? Like with booze and shit, no one's like, oh, gotta hide a glass of wine from the kids, but booze is legal. Weed is legal, but we're still kind of like, gotta hide the bong from the like, I get it, and I'm not against it. Like, I would not be hotboxing a house with children in it. Like, that's inappropriate. But like, what is that like? Like, kind of this weird transition to legal, I guess, like with your kids and talking about that stuff. Because like when I was a kid, I mean, when we were kids, you know, it was very straightforward. Dare told us that our heads would fry like an egg if we smoked pot. So let's sizzle, bitch. Smoking while the boys was young was tough. Yep, I completely understand. And again, in no way, shape, or form am I insinuating like everybody should just be out like smoking around their kids, because that's totally, no, I don't. Like, smoking is different than drinking. When you have a glass of wine, it's not going into the air and getting your kids drunk, you know? Like, I would never. But I'm always curious what that conversation's like, because it's not that it's not illegal, but we're still kind of hidey about it. I imagine, I mean, the smoking app, I mean, they're like, you guys know I'm a respiratory therapist. In no way, shape, or form can I sit here consciously and tell you that smoking something is absolutely harmless. Anytime you set something on fire and inhale it, there's going to be, oh, my bong's smoking itself, some sort of adverse, like, you know, the heat and whatnot, but. Yeah, the fucking fried egg. Film roll tubes, yep, that was a common one. The dry herb vapes, but even those get other people, do they really? See, I have like one or two dry vapes, like not dry herb vapes though, they're like distillate vapes, and they don't get me high at all. Like, they're great to take the edge off if I'm like out in public for an extended period of time and I can't like whip a bong out. But other than that, I don't really like them. It's okay, Kills, really? Oh, kills. No. Just okay? Oh, I'm heartbroken. My mom was always handing me sips of booze as a kid, even in restaurants. My parents never treated alcohol like it was taboo with us either. Like, if we wanted a sip of alcohol, they'd laugh and give us a sip, and we'd be like, ew, like, fucking gross. But my family is rampant with alcoholics, so that's probably not the best. The boy's dad and I had a hostile divorce, so he would tell them I was oh, I remember we had this conversation. Yeah, he told them you were a drug addict, and I had to hide the smoking very strictly. Fucking people like that ruin weed for everybody. However, if you make your kids do your dishes and you leave some in the glass, they will test it. Truth. I don't make it a big deal. I don't smoke in front of them, near them. I've been stoned around them, though. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would assume it's going to go about, right, Najee? Like, it's like alcohol. It's not a big deal. It's like cracking a beer when you get home from work. Like, I feel like the more, and this is, again, I don't have kids. My opinion doesn't matter. I just think about this stuff a lot. I feel like the more that it's treated like that, the more it'll become, like, when we're kids, if it's taboo and our parents tell us no, what are we going to do? We're going to find it. We're going to do it. But if it's normal, because booze was just around, like my parents always had beer or something in the fridge because my dad is a redneck and loves beer. It wasn't appealing to me. I still fucking hate the smell of Budweiser. Like, if I'm smelling it on someone's breath is the number one way to dry this puss up. Shit's disgusting. It smells like rancid piss to me. That didn't get me at all. But because weed was like this thing that was, secretive and taboo and naughty and whatever, but also in my mom's underwear drawer, I had to try it. Like, it was, obviously, I was being lied to. It did not fry my egg. I've been smoking weed since I was 11 years old. Don't do that. But also went to medical school, got 3 different degrees, and worked at Johns Hopkins. It's not frying our egg, head. Fuck. You gotta stop. We gotta stop with it. It's such a fucking lie. It's blatant lie. Like, look at the fucking evidence. My God. Good morning, Genova. How are you, my love? Oh, glut. Good luck, honeybean. It's been legal in my state for a long time, and I worked at a dispo for a couple years, so I haven't had to hide it in a while, which is wondrous. My egg is super fried. I don't think my egg is fucking fried. I always had a hard time smoking. Thank you, by the way, Kilomanto, for that fucking sub to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it your swings.
The long
pig shall taste delicious.
Did I just? Yeah, I did. Hail Satan.
I always have a hard time smoking around my boyfriend, which is kind of weird. He's not a stoner, and he does not care that I smoke at all, but my internal thought is that he's hardcore judging me. Same. I deal with that every day. Zach doesn't smoke, and he doesn't like being high. He doesn't hate weed. Like, he doesn't give a fuck that I smoke. He doesn't smoke at all. He does not like marijuana. He wants nothing to do with it. And I borderline hotbox my bedroom at nighttime. Like, I sit down with a book and my bong, and I smoke, and I read, and that's how I chill out. And he'll be sitting there, and every once in a while, like, if the fan isn't on full blast or something, I watch the smoke drift over to his face, and I'll literally do this one. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he just looks at me like, babe, I don't give a fuck. No shit. When we first moved in together, we had this conversation, like, because, I smoke a lot of pot, and my ex did not, like, the smell of weed made him sick, so I didn't smoke in the house at all, because I respect that. I get it. And I asked Zach about it, and his literal comment was, and I quote, "It's no big deal. I used to live with a drug dealer." It's pretty much the same. Thank you. I guess I smell like a drug dealer. So cool. Thanks, babe. My first sip of what I think was Bud Light, the glass bottle with the penguin on it, tasted so terrible to me. I swore then to never drink it. Yep, same. It's disgusting. It was the same with, to this day, I feel the same way. Like, I'll have a drink socially once in a while, but hard alcohol tastes like garbage. Like, we're all just training ourselves to like it because we want to get drunk. Shit is poison. It tastes bad. It just tastes bad. I go out to the garage and I'm honest with them. And I think that's literally the honesty is the best policy because, like, you don't want your kid to grow up to be 36 and telling stories on the internet about how their mom could not come up with an excuse as to why she had a bag of pot in her drawers. Like, the lying is where it really gets in because then you're like, well, I don't believe you anything you say now. You told me that weed would fry my brain, and you're smoking it every day. Like, you're lying. The fuck? trouble. It's all, I guarantee. I mean, I'm sure you know this. We all know this. It's all money. That's the only reason alcohol is legal and like totally acceptable and shit like that, and weed isn't. Alcohol has a lot of fucking money behind it. I think it, I mean, this is my very like hot take, I guess. I think all drugs should be legalized, cleaned up, regulated, and just sold. People are going to do what they want to do, and the harder you make it for them to do it, they're going to do it in a dangerous way. Similar to what we see with abortions. People, you make abortions legal, they're going to stick a fucking coat hanger up their pussy in an alleyway. It doesn't make abortions go away. It doesn't make drug addiction go away. It just brings on horrible dealers who mix fentanyl into party drugs and get us all stuck on fentanyl. It just fucks lives up. Clean it up. Exactly the same way with my boyfriend. See, same. And all the time, I'm always like trying not to, and he seriously doesn't care. Like, he really doesn't care, and I'm always conscious of it because he doesn't smoke. Same ghetto. Yeah, I've never liked it. I got my mom to ask me for edibles to help her sleep. My mom actually, like, now that it's legal and shit, she's absolutely not. She doesn't hide it anymore. She uses lotion, though. She has a huge tub of, like, 1,000 milligrams, and she uses it on her knees and stuff like that. And she definitely loves it. And I think she's had an edible once or twice, my sister has told me. But she would never, like, going, like, when I go visit home once every couple of years, she picks me up from the airport, and immediately I say, let's stop at a pot stop, Mom, please, because I'm home and I need marijuana. She stays in the car. She won't even come into the pot store with me. She's like, it's like a deal. I'm like, you gotta come in and see it. It's not a dealer. Stop. But she's 70. Like, she's got that, you know, most of her life, it was a fucking felony and heavily illegal. And I'm sure that's, like, I know, we've talked about it here, but one of the most, like, enlightening, wonderful feelings about moving to a legal state, like a recreational legal state. I've smoked weed again since I was 11. Don't do that, but I have. And living in illegal states, like, granted, I'm no fucking kingpin out here with like gallons of pot or anything, but it's always like this weird little tingle in the back of your head, like I could get in trouble for doing this, like big trouble, which is crazy. I could ruin my life for smoking a plant that helps me sleep. And moving to a state where it's recreationally legal, it's suddenly like, I can go to the gas station and get this plant that's going to get me a felony if I drive 10 miles west. America is weird. It's very confusing, but it's amazing. Oh, I mean, that's like having a drink with your mom, right? Or your dad when you grow up. My grandpa made some tasty cocktails and they changed depending on the holiday. We were taught to make the cocktails. That was my childhood. We made the cocktails. You remember your very first Shirley Temple? I don't remember my first, but I still love a Shirley Temple. Trumpet sounds, settle down, Toots McGee! She's afraid to recognize her. I still hide it in my car when I leave. I mean, it's so cops magically appear. Well, cops. I feel like weed, this is, again, I don't know for a fact, but I feel like weed is one of those things that they go after more prevalently than things that are actually serious because it's easy to smell. It's easy. Weed lean. Wait, is that real? Wait, and they're calling it lean? Dude, Genova, that's such a fucking good way to explain it. It's literally closer to a fancy tea shop, except the employees are real into and knowledgeable about the tea. That's exactly what a weed shop feels like. Walls of jars of weed, and everybody there's just excited to talk about it. Yeah. One of my friends asked me about dispensaries. His 80-year-old mom wanted edibles, but she wanted a nice, clean place that wasn't scary. I love my dispensary. They're so good. I have never been to a scary dispensary. Have you guys? Every dispensary I've ever been in, like legal dispensary, feels so clean and nice and professional. And they're so like, I mean, granted, I come from the days of being a 16-year-old, like going to some grown man's trailer park in the middle of nowhere to get a 10 bag. Like, so my reference of ghetto, sketchy, scary is a little skewed, but it feels glorious. Like, it's so just organized and nice in there. It's like, it reminds me of the candy shop in Willy Wonka. Like, it's just walls of candy. Yeah, I've never been in a dispensary that didn't feel very clean, very professional. Because I think that's I think that's a marketing thing. Not, I don't want to say ploy, but it's like a marketing plan on purpose by legal recreational stores because they want people who have previously been very scared, Katie, very afraid of the illegal black market to feel comfortable. Like, hey, you can enjoy weed and not go to that scary trailer in the middle of the night. Like it is a comfortable place. Like it's not a head shop. It doesn't feel, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it doesn't fucking feel like a head shop at all. And it doesn't smell. I mean, well, I'm around a lot of pot, but they don't really smell that bad, which is crazy to me. You'd think pot stores would smell more strongly, but they don't usually. Yeah, no shit, Trouble. All of the, I mean, our dispensaries are cleaner, more professional, and more organized than any gas station or grocery store I've ever been to. They're so nice. Really? Are dumpy, but generally the vibe was good? Boo. I wonder if they're like, boo. I wonder if it's state specific, if like different states do different things. There's so many, boom, there are so many state regulations, Viata with the fucking brains, that dispos have to follow. There are so many regulations that dispos have to follow. They're more regulated than a pharmacy. People walk in thinking it's going to be sketch, are super disappointed when it's more like a cell phone store. They're disappointed? Wait, what? Why would you be disappointed? That is wild. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the Viana. I was like, I'm so happy to not have to drive to the middle of nowhere to some sketchy dude's house where he's like laying in his bed as you give him money and he hands you weed. And you're not sure the last time he bathed or left the bed. I don't want to do that. I don't want anything like that. What? What? I don't know what to do with that, Viana. That's so weird. They walk in, look around all sad faced, and they're like, there's no shady shit. We're the shady shit, motherfucker. 15-year-olds old riding around with 30-year-olds getting high was my experience. Same. Like the situations I put myself in as a child to get drugs was foul. And I just I wasn't, because like I don't know why, but probably because my parents did not want to encourage me to go buy drugs. They did not inform me that if I did, it was probably going to be that dude. That middle-aged dude in his bed in a trailer in the middle of the fucking woods with a bucket of weed. So like, you know, you're not warned about it because they just don't want you to do it, I guess. I don't know how to fucking explain that. They were just a local vet-owned business. Oh shit. That people in town like, so they reward the license? Good. Good. Fuck, if a country can't take care of its vets, fuck them. They walk in and look around all sad face. I love that. That's so weird. I mean, I wouldn't say my dispensaries feel fancy by any means, but they're very clean. Like, it doesn't, you know, you're not walking into a very crowded, like, closed, dark space where there's some, like, dreadlocked fuck trying to sell you up on something. Like, it feels just very, I don't know. Feels like a coffee shop, kind of. Like a coffee shop you're a regular at or something. The vibe is really good. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but it's just like everybody there is happy. No, you know, I don't know. It's nice. It's a good vibe. Yeah, it's not that sketchy vibe. Clean, well lit. Yes. It feels not I'm buying drugs. It feels like, oh, I'm just going in to get something I get once a week, just like I would like go to the gas station or whatever to get milk. It just feels very normal. I don't know. It's so nice. Like I usually compare it to Pokemon cards. Like imagine living in a state where talking about Pokemon cards and playing Pokemon is illegal, and then you just move 20 miles the other way to another state, and suddenly it's totally okay to talk about Pokemon. That's what it feels like. It's so weird. It's because it's the product is the same. It's the same thing. I'm in the same country under the same president. Like nothing really has changed other than 20 miles that way I can get a felony. Literally, I'm kind of in a weird, Oklahoma's legal, but Wyoming's not. What is that way? I think I'm kind of in a weird red. I'm surrounded by red. Colorado, I think, is like a weird bluish purple button in the middle of red fuckery. I think a lot of people drive to Colorado to get their weed, to be honest, because we're surrounded by illegal states. But I think Oklahoma is, yeah, they're legal. Oddly enough, NH, live free or die, it's not legal. Isn't that interesting? I think it's very interesting. Like all these fuckers that are like, oh, home of the free. You have no control over your body. You don't own your body. Freedom. Oh, you don't own anything. Ah. Land of the fuck. You're totally recreationally legal, right, Vis? I was just trying to think. I was thinking of all the states around Colorado, and I was thinking of what ones are legal. Just the ones surrounding the state, and I couldn't. I think you're the only legal. Oh, you're just medical still. You guys still haven't gone recreational. Wow. I really thought you did. Why did I think that? Oh, wasn't it on a ballot recently or something? I feel like it was on a ballot or something, and I thought it did. Yeah. Okay, that was it. Yeah. That's my bad. My bad. I was confused. It's because they're a bunch of assholes. Fuck twats. Cheers. Exactly. They don't test for THC, but if you took a job over the river, they could. And it's fucking legal in Washington, D.C., our capital. Like, our president can smoke pot totally free, legally, if he wanted to. But half the country can't. It's very weird. You know, Colorado did something with psilocybin recently, and I still don't understand it. But if you go to like a head shop, not a pot shop, but like a shop to get bongs and glass pieces and stuff, they sell shroom seeds, like actual get fucked shroom seeds everywhere. I've seen them constantly, but I don't understand like what the is it like weed where it's like it's not a drug until you can harvest it or something like that. I don't know. But Colorado's pretty fucking liberal about that shit. I've seen it around. They are. Are they legal? So like no shit. When I was living in Baltimore, I grew some pot and I was looking at like, you know, of course I was, how much trouble can I get in for this? Because I was still working at Hopkins and like Hopkins is most hospitals honestly, they only drug test you to get your job and then they never drug test you again unless something fucky goes down, like fentanyl goes missing under your name, et cetera, et cetera. You never I've only been drug tested once at every hospital I've ever worked at. Because nothing goes fucky under my name because I'm perfect. I'm not, but you don't fuck up in a hospital. But I remember in Maryland, you could have marijuana plants growing, and none of it was illegal until it was harvestable. The moment there was harvestable buds on the plant, suddenly it was illegal and it was a felony. Like, there's weird stipulations like that all over the place, where it's just confusing. I just don't understand that much at all. My ashes are smoking. Not today, motherfuckers. You see how much that man loves ice cream? Pop Joe probably smokes. Dude is buying triple scone triple scoop cones. I can breathe. I swear I can fucking read. God damn. At least they're working on the schedule thing. Thank fuck. I mean, that's gonna be a huge thing because a lot of people, unfortunately, do still have that weird stigma bias in their head that weed is drugs because the government says so. The government says it's schedule whatever with heroin, therefore it must be. As opposed to just like opening their eyes and looking around at all the people around them and the fact that 80% are probably smoking pot, probably currently high, and are doing no problem, like doing nothing wrong. We're just existing. We are medicated. Selling and shipping may be restricted by state, but possession is fine for spores. Interesting. My uncle started growing his 4 plants a year as soon as it was legal. Hell yeah. It's the drugs, yeah. His wife takes it now instead of a lot of pain meds. They make gummies, pills, oil, the whole nines. Fuck yes. No breeding. Did I say breeding? Did I say breeding? Out loud? Ignore me, please. Cheers. The strain. What am I smoking? Oh, it's that. Oh, Viata. Oh my god, because your power was out. No shit. I was talking about this yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I think Viada's Be Right Back or something because I got a garlic strain finally. It fucking stinks so bad. It's the worst. It's so stinky, but I like the strain. But Jesus Christ. I mean, it's so bad, right? Okay, I'm like, I really like to smoke it. It's a great high. It's very pleasant. It's very mellow. It doesn't make me sleepy or drowsy. And it doesn't burn stinky. Like, the burning is fine. It just smells like normal weed, but the bud. I mean, when I got home and smelled this.
Yeah. It smells like Cheech and Chong's undercarriage.
Cheech and Chong chode. Everyone says hi. Oh my God, cheetah piss is a really good strain, but it smells like cat piss. Yep, I've had that one too. Some cat piss strains are great, but they stink. This one, it's garlic. What do you call garlic? Oh, I peeled the sticker off. Garlic something. What are you called? Garlic. Oh my God. The sticker ripped. They always do this. They put it right in the middle. It's like, oh my God, I said it yesterday. What was it? Garlic something. It's not icing. I don't remember. It's garlic something. Yeah, garlic. I mean, it kind of sucks that some of the stinkiest fucking strains are the most delicious. I hate it because they do. I mean, I've gotten dabs before. I've told you guys this before, I think. I got a little thing of dabs and I went and sat in my bedroom with them and I was like, I opened it and Zach was still live streaming. He actually went, guys, I think one of my dogs just explosively shit and took a random break to come check what the smell was. And I hadn't even burned it yet. That was just me opening it. Like a room away. It smelled so bad. Eliza, yes, it's wondrous. How are you? Good morning. We were talking about stinky strains. I don't think I've had dirty mimosa. I've had mimosa. There's different mimosa strains, though. I mean, there's so many different hybrids and whatever. I never fucking remember them. Buds covered in THC. Yes, Najiel. I find that everybody calls them something different. So you call them snowballs. Here they call it caviar. But it's not. It's not caviar. It's a bud that's like rolled in wax or something and then rolled in keef. Everyone has a different name for them, and I don't know why. But I've tried to... Space rocks, moon rocks, space rocks. Those are other names for them. Yeah. Here, for some reason, if you buy them, it says caviar. Like, that's what they call them for some reason. But every state calls them something different. They're wondrous. I mean, so fucking strong. The trifecta. Yes, that's what they are. Hash infused. Yep. Dirty mimosa was mimosa back crust with peanut butter breath. I've never had peanut butter breath. Yum. Yeah, caviar is usually a sauce. In my experience, it's usually a sauce that has some crystals in it. So it's like a dab. It's a dabbing, like something you would use in a dab thing. But it's like the sauce, and then there'll be some crystals or something in it, like the bumps or whatever. Exactly. That's what caviar, like universally, I think when we think caviar in terms of weed, that's what it's going to be. But for some reason, they call moon rocks here caviar. I don't know. But everybody calls them something different, I guess. But they're fun. I usually use them to, like, enhance other weed. Like, I'll do a little bit of one of those buds and then some normal bud in it. Because those, they can rock you. Like, I nurse a bowl, you know? Like, I don't fucking roast a bowl at a time. I sit there and nurse it all day long. That's a lot. Those are a lot. It's just the one, well, the franchise of dispo, the Medicine Man one I go to, they call it caviar. I haven't been to another dispo in so long. It could be just them. It could be like their in-house name or something like that. Yeah. The plug currently has moon rocks and snowballs. They look different. Oh, what's the difference between a moon rock and a snowball? Does anybody know? Because I don't. Cheers. That's what I mean by nursing the bowl, by the way. And then I don't get too high. And I don't go poor. First time I smoked that I had to remind myself a little too much that I wasn't going to die. Yes. It was one of those times where I think I smoked a moon rock and then stood up to go do something, and it was like I was on a boat. I started doing this thing down the hall, and I was like, "Oh, Katie, sit." What do you mean pure? Like you don't smoke flower at all, like bud? Snowballs feel like they would be covered in distillate, isotopes, moon rocks, hash oil, and keef. What do you mean by isotopes? Distillate, just like different kinds of dab stuff. They're rolling it in or something. Ooh, Kona, you should treat yourself, bitch. Cheers, Goonies. No shit, Mish. Do it. I mean, I don't like all these wacky buzz roll and whatever. You know, I kind of like. I do it every once in a while. Usually, so my dispensary, I have they had a punch card system, but now it's in a computer. But essentially, you spend X amount of dollars and you get like a shit ton off. Like I come home with free weed sometimes. It's insane, and that's when I'll throw that stuff in to try it because I think it's kind of overpriced for what it is. Also, this is just me, but like with dabs and like all of the weird high tech ways we've gotten to consume weed, it starts to feel like actual drugs to me. Like there's a point where I'm like, this is just pot. I've been doing this over half my life. I'm good. But when I start throwing shit in, I'm like, am I doing drugs now? Is this drugs now? I don't know. I know it's not, but my brain gets a little like, is this drugs? Am I drugging? Free money for the dispo is the best thing in the entire world. That's when we get our fun weed. Mandel, you know what's crazy? I don't know if dabs, I mean, this is just me. Again, I do smoke a shit ton of weed. Like, in terms of your average person, there are many people in this chat who can outsmoke me easily. Don't worry. But like, so when I lived in Maryland, I went to my dealer and I happened to mention him. I'd never done dabs before because I lived in a legal state. Like, where the fuck am I getting dabs in a dab rig? And he was like, oh, dude, next time you're coming by, like, remind me and just plan to chill for an hour or whatever, and we'll do a dab. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm down. And we did it. And I mean, this is according to him. He prepared the dab rig. I took the dab, whatever. And I just took a hit like normal, blew it out, and then I just sat there. And he was like, I've never seen anybody take a dab hit like that in my life without coughing. And it did nothing. Like, I got a little high like normal weed, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm suddenly in space. Like, it was just like taking a normal hit. It felt like a hit, but like a really clean, smooth hit. It was clean as fuck. It's the smoothest, cleanest hit. It almost felt like taking nothing. Like not smoking anything. But other than that, it didn't feel... It was the one with the dog. The one with the Molly. Wasn't her name Molly? She was like the precious bull... Wasn't she an English bulldog? She was Chance from Homeward Bound. Whatever that is. She was the sweetest dog. Snowballs versus moon rocks. Okay, snowball. Oh, okay, snowballs. Look, I've never seen a snowball. Moon rocks are what we get around here. That's what they call caviar around here. I've never seen a moon rock, though. Fun. Dabs, I mean, if you ever get a chance to try a dab, I encourage you to do it. But when you, like, a lot of us, if you've ever seen people online who do dabs, they oftentimes will quite literally have a chunk of wax that's this big that they're burning in a bowl. No shit. Your normal dab is like, so small. How would you even, what do you compare it to? It's the tiniest little fucking amount of that wax that you're actually putting in the bowl and burning. It's such a small amount. My high feels very chemically. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't feel natural as flower high. I totally get that. That's how I feel on vapes. Vapes feel that way to me, almost more druggy. Like they don't, there's something about them that feels different. I smoke a gram a week and gets me good. Last time I did a dab, it was pop, and yeah, then the pattern hit me. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, Eliza, that was my neighbor. Oh my God, that poor dog. I wonder if that dog's alive. That dog had to get shots of testosterone because it was like broken or something. I fucking remember that, yes. Natural tolerance is dumb, like you have a really high tolerance. Like a grain of rice, that's a perfect. I was literally thinking like those fake metal sugar beads you put on cake. I could not think of anything like that. I was like, what is a better rice grain. Like a rice grain and a half is all you need for one hit, and you're good. And it really is very smooth. I mean, it was really smooth hit. I didn't cough at all. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like exceptionally hot or anything like that. And it felt like just a normal high. I feel like we've put a lot of weird connotations and like stigmas on dabs that aren't really there. Like for some reason, maybe because of these people on the internet that are like, yeah, you have to dab a piece of wax this big, do it, ha ha ha. That we're like, oh my god, dabs are drugs. It really feels exactly the same. I think it's just like whatever you prefer. Too light or too heavy. I've never had one that got me like too high, too heavy, but I've tried vapes that make me cough so bad. I just love to sit and smoke weed. I like that. I mean, that's part of the reason I think I really like my bong is it's just easy. It's low maintenance. I don't have to like heat up a nail, prepare anything. The bowl's packed. Like I nurse my bowl, so it's not like I have to pack a new bowl every time I want to take a hit. I'm really lazy. At the end of the day, I just want it to work. Vapes are for in the car. Yep. Public spaces. That's what I always say. They're what I stack with me if I need to go out. Vapes always make me cough too. Same. Yep. When you can't make the smellies. Ooh, Allie, nice. Like a weed vape store. Come on, bud. You want to come say hi? Hi, Bubba. Good morning. How you doing, bud? You're gonna lick my mouth. I know you're gonna try. Don't do it. Stoner lazy? I know. It's one of, well, I mean, lazy is maybe not the word for it. Efficient. I don't want to add extra foobar if there's not really an extra outcome. Because I got better shit to do. I got other shit to do. Weed is on the side. Weed is like the side thing that I do while I'm doing all the other things I want to do all day long, you know? And so if weed becomes like a project now that I have to sit and focus on every time I want to take a hit, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to forget that thing and I'm going to go back to my bong. Be a radio presenter, DJ, and Fallout mod? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. If I exhale weed vape out my nose, dude, it's terrible. Oh my god, I sneeze I've made that mistake. I've laughed and it came out my nose and I fucking sneeze every goddamn time. This is Trickster. This is my big poodle boy. This is my big man. He's hiding now. Hi, bub. You seepy. Yeah. He's just so chill. Power saving mode. I love that. Metabolically efficient. I mean, I don't even know if I'm good at that, but I do. I'm always doing something else. I don't want to sit and have to make weed smoking a project every time I want to take a hit. There's a serious ritual for serious dabbing. I know, exactly. And I respect it. I respect the ritual, the nail heating, all that. I don't want to do it. Because, like, think about it. If you guys were like, cheers, Katie, I'd be like, hold on. Let me heat my nail. Oh, I have to find my dab tool and get this tiny bit of wax. Whereas, like, currently we can say, hey, cheers. And it's the best. I like the ease of just, you know, it's just ready to go. Click, light, hit. Yep. Tasty, high, efficiently achieved. And there was no, like, project involved. Or, like, you know, sit down time, I guess. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like if you're going to complicate a process, make it so whatever the outcome is, it's got to be better, right? If we're just adding more foobar in the middle, there better be a better outcome. If there's not, then what the fuck are we doing? You have better shit to do with your life. Oh, Vis, he's going to love you to death, literally. Isn't it precious? I have a better one in the mail right now coming to me. I have the egg. But this is my little, it's actually one of the oldest bongs I have. It's a crystal ball. I want to say it's like a 5-inch crystal ball bubbler off of Hemper. I know it's off Hemper, but I'm just trying to think how big it is. I have a dog hair on me. You shed it on me, Bubba. The Dynavap? What is that? Yes, I did, Vissy. It's in the dishwasher. It was covered in dust. It was literally on my sewing table. I knew it was going to be somewhere so stupid obvious that I probably grabbed it for stream, walked around with it, saw something that needed 2 hands, and went. And then ADD Katie went off and said, "Where's my bong?" It's constant. I know I'm not. It's just, it drives me crazy. People love to joke about ADD, but these are the moments that truly make us question our own existence. When the shit like that happens and you just are like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Mishy, I used to have that one. It unfortunately took a dive, but that one was the best. It's so heavy and wonderful, it's impossible to tip over. Najil, nice. Mandel, I highly suggest Hemper. All the bongs I've gotten off there have been wonderful except one. And it's this tiny little Mario pipe. Like the bloop, bloop, bloop pipe. Don't get that one. It's impossible to clean. But everything else off there is great. And I like Hemper because they have fun bongs that don't cost thousands of dollars. I don't think I should have to be rolling to have a cool bong. You know, I don't want just a glass tube. Boring. Like, we have all done that. I want something cool. I like them just to be a little interesting, and Hemper's got a lot of choices on there for under $200, which is nice, because, you know, you go to a head shop and you see a cool bong, and they're like, yeah, that one was blown by a local glass blower with his asshole, it's $7,000, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna light it on fire with drugs, so can I get a discount? Oh, dude, Allie, I remember you told me it fucking sucks. It super sucks. What? You're such a sweet boy. What are you doing? Okay. See you later. It was good to hang out. You're a good kid. Strange Horticulture's getting a follow-up? What? Hold on. Mother of titty Christ. Why? One moment, I just closed a thing. I had the lean up, but I was just trying to move it. Strange Horticulture was pretty fun. Ooh. There was another game like Strange Horticulture that I tried that was actually really fun. It was like, you know, like a gardening kind of game, but it was alchemy based, but you actually had to use your brain. It like did not hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. It didn't even give you recipes. Like you had to remember stuff. Oh god, I'll have to think of the name of it. It was good. I'll never get a fancy bong. I'd break it. All the time, Rage. I seriously, I look at him sometimes and I'm like, what are you trying to say to me? What are you thinking? What is it? I just want you to be able to say it just one day. How do you have to how would they have to shit already? Be safe, Vissy. I love you. Me too. And that's kind of what this game was. It was like on the surface level looked kind of casual and was not. And I slowly started getting it. I think it's still in demo though. I'm trying to think. It was some alchemy game. But it was good. It was like you really I kind of like got a little kick, like a hit out of it, having to use your brain for stuff. And I actually had to write stuff down like physically. I don't know, that kind of got me a little bit. The unbreakable one, yes. Bongs, I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Bongs don't last very long. Unfortunately, you light them on fire enough, they're going to get fucking fragile. Dude, same. Or sometimes it's just like he does this thing. He was doing this last night, my dog, where Zach and I are in the kitchen making dinner, and he always is either laying at your feet or he's laying right next to you, like staring at you while you're doing something. He's always there. But he comes and stands by your legs and does this like low shoulder stare at nothing. Just past your legs. But he does this. Like the weird, like, I don't know, almost like he's trying to point but there's nothing there. And then he'll just stand there for a long time, minutes. Just completely dead still and silent. It's odd. I think they just want to be there. I don't know what it is. I'm like, what do you want? I think, honestly, Eliza, I think my egg bong would have lasted forever. That's one of the few bongs that literally got broke. Like, bless Zach's heart. He, in absolutely no way, shape, or form, meant to do this, but he dropped a fucking cup on it, and it shattered. Like, nothing's gonna stop a stone cup going through a piece of glass. Like, that just sucked. But beyond that, that thing was pretty fucking hardy. I do too, Rage. Like, right now, what he's doing, he's now laid right down next to me, and his tail is flat, and I'm like, do you need to shit? Do you feel bad? Are you gonna puke? I just never know. What does he want? I wish he could, like, sign it to me. Or something. That was pie and gravy in sign language. That's all I know. You're welcome. They're so sensitive. They sense, like, I was telling this to Zach last night, actually, on the topic of them being sensitive. While we were making dinner, I was getting really bad cramps, and every time I got a cramp, he would come over and, like, lick my leg and lean on me, and I was like, Zach, I think he feels my pain. It was on cue. He did it, like, 6 times in a row. It was really weird. I think they know. I think they just feel stuff. Light it on fire all day long, rinsing it in scalding hot water, filling it with cold water, the constant temp change. Exactly. Like, it's inevitable they're going to break. That was how my mom seemed to treat that behavior, yeah. Poodles have zero context on how big they are. None. None at all. Were you here when Lilith climbed my body yesterday in the middle of the game? I use my bongs on the floor, though, so I remove the risk of dropping. I break bowls a lot, though. Bowls break all the time. I mean, honestly, usually the way that my bongs break is either the bowl goes or the net, this part. The part that is actually really getting exposed to that heat constantly, that's usually when one goes, that's the part to go first, unfortunately. Learned a new thing at work, and guess who's been the one to teach me? Yay, anti-vax coworker. Yay. She's also very condescending, and I keep wanting to reach through the computer and strangle her. Okay, so do you want to learn a fun that I learned from my therapist? So if you're ever dealing with someone who is super condescending and probably also a absolute narcissist, because that tends to go hand in hand, just flatly agree with everything they say. It literally makes their soul bleed out of their eyes, and you get to watch it happen, and it's pretty hot. Because they're looking for discourse. They're looking for interesting, and you're not interesting if you're an echo chamber. It's incredible. I grew up around a lot of narcissists, and oh man, when they're, wow, this is the first time you've called me in a bit. Yes, it is. And then you have to just sit there and let them eat that silence. Oh, it feels so good. Love it. Love it! It's disarming. It is peaceful disarmament. I don't know how to say that. They have no tool. They have no tool with you, and you become disinteresting, and they stop. It's crazy. I know. It's the best. It's the best feeling, just watching their face die. I do slow temperature change too, but I think it's just that those temperature exposures in general, I don't know. It completely throws them off. What up, Workster? How are you, love? Yeah, it works, doesn't it? It's pretty, I mean, I didn't think it would work, because if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, they have infinite fuel, it feels like. But no shit, when you deal with someone like that, I'm trying to think of how you would condescend someone. I try not to be condescending, so it's hard. But when they make a comment like that, just, yep. Mm-hmm. Because they know what they're doing. They're so fucking aware of it. And they want to see that rise in you, and when they don't get it, you're no longer food. It's fucking, oh, it's like sex, dude. My mom has broken more of my bongs than me. Same. Bless Zach's heart. Bless him. Bless him. He's broken a lot of my bongs, and it's, yeah. He never means to. We're both clumsy bastards, I get it. And then he discussed whatever we'd be like, that's so nice. What kind of video card you get? Yeah. It's really easy to do with people that brag about their stuff a lot. No, it's never intentional. Who the fuck would do anything intentional? No, it's always a horrible accident. Everybody feels bad involved, which is why I don't want expensive bongs. Isn't the music? Well, so last night we did the finale of Fallout, so I figure we could listen to old timey music. And if you guys want to talk about Fallout spoilers and stuff, today is the day. It's the 23rd, and then we can jump back into the game. It's fitting. I'm clumsy with my body, not things though. Like, I don't drop my phone or anything like that, but like, I am covered in bruises. I have no regard for my own well-being. I just like see a thing and I'm like, I better do that thing. And then when I'm done with that thing, I'm like, why do I have cuts everywhere and burns? And why does everything hurt? My ankle bone's showing. Ouch. But like, the thing's done, so I'm good. It's very weird. I feel like my mother is like a mini narcissist because she doesn't seem to really have that very high level of what, oh shit jumped, of what you think of narcissism, but stuff is still always about her at times. And there's no like, yes, we have textbooks, we have the DSM and shit, and that describes basic personality traits and things of these disorders, but like, there's no cut and paste for it. There's a million different, I mean, they're like, bless my mom's heart. I do truly believe she is a good person in her soul, but she's absolutely a narcissist. Sucks to deal with that. There's different flavors of all sorts of people in the world, right? I used to do this with my ex, but when I was just tired of fighting for my sanity, but I always felt that he was caving in and giving him what he wanted. Ugh. That's gross. I hate that. I hate that. Wonder how they would feel if you just stare at them and smile, not blinking. My mom's too used to it. Playing New Vegas right now? Fuck yes. I'm so hardcore. Watch me go. Drop that mic like a boss? I mean, not on purpose. Dude, I mean, Goonies. Lo-fi is brain melting. I truly, like, the vast majority of lo-fi out there melts brains. It melts brains. I'd take this over lo-fi any day. Lo-fi is brain melting. It's terrible. Being selfish every blue moon is fine. However, keep it to every blue moon. Otherwise, you're just an asshole. Exactly. Agreed. My therapist last week goes, what would you miss if your mother suddenly passed? And I haven't been able to think of a single thing. I mean, I've never met her personally. But she's kind of like a cunt. Like, she's a Trump-loving anti-trans cunt. With a trans child that she can't love. Because their genitals aren't what she thinks they should be. Like, I don't know what to do. It's, but this is like... That's Rod's mother. I know. Hard to believe a warm soul like Rod came out of that. I know. Rod's a good case of, you're not always a product of what raised you. Because, I mean, I don't know how to explain the dad's worse. Like, it's crazy. I've seen the conversations. Like, it's, whoa. The things, whoa. Whoa. Big whoa. Yep, I'm same Kona. I mean, there's actually something psychological to it. I remember learning about this when I was in school. There is a population of children who have the ability to not become like their parents. And I don't, it's like it's a form of an obstinate disorder. I have a cousin like this. I've never met him personally, but I've told you guys about him. He invented the CAT scan or the PET scan. Super weird. Very obscure, very cool. But he was my great aunt's child. And his mother had like 5 kids from 5 different priests, which is insane. I still don't know how she found 5 different priests. She was an alcoholic. She chain smoked. I think I was talking about her recently. She never did any laundry or cleaned. She would just buy the kids new clothes constantly. So like the basement and half the house was just full of like to the ceiling piles of dirty clothes that were just like molding and shit. It was very much a case of like look nice in public but live in this squalor shit. And she fell asleep with a cigarette in her mouth, lit up the house. All of his siblings died. I think him and one other child survived because they weren't home at the time. And he went on to go to college and invent the PET scan and didn't do anything terrible. Like it's crazy. Like I think about this cousin of mine whom I've never met a lot because wow, what a fucking environment to be produced from, and to not go on and be an absolute pile of garbage. Like it's possible. And it's actually like sometimes you do consciously try to be different, but it's just like I don't know how to explain it. Like some kids are born with that's who they are, and regardless of what their parents try to instill in them, they will kind of logic with it and say no, and never. It's like Rod doesn't. I think we all look back at our childhood and think like, wow, I said gay a lot, or I said excuse my language, retard a lot, or whatever. Rod doesn't look back at his childhood and go, I did love Trump and was racist. Like he's never been that. And there's some people like that. It's like a thing. It's a real thing. I can't remember the term for it though. I learned about it in some cognitive psychology class way back in the day. But it's kind of fascinating because, like, most people we can't help but turn out like little clones of our parents. It's inevitable. Monkey see, monkey do. But some kids do, and it's wild. No. Okay, hot hits. We got to match up, Viata. Cheers, but drink some water. My Nana's sister was not a nun, but they were like, I think my Nana came out the most well-adjusted out of the orphanage. I've told you guys my Nana was raised in like a Catholic orphanage, Irish Catholic orphanage. She had, I think 3 siblings, 2 sisters and a brother, Vinny, Regina, and the only one I met, who I cannot remember the name of now. Anyways, doesn't matter. Regina was the nut who, like, fell asleep with a cigarette, and it lit up her house, and, like, a matchstick. She had all those piles of dirty clothes that were covered in grease and oil and dust. But they were all raised in a Catholic orphanage, and my Nana was the youngest. But I've told you her stories. Like, some of them are so horrific I wouldn't even tell you. Like, the stories of growing up in a Irish Catholic orphanage are, needless to say, probably fucking horrific. So the way that they came out, I mean, I think my Nana was the only one that wasn't like, I mean, she drank like my Nana, but like for the day, I don't think she would have been considered an alcoholic. She just like by noon, she had a vodka tonic or a gin and tonic in her hand, like by noon. I took a hot hit. Oh, I'm burning. I'm burning now. I'm glad for people like you. Wait. I'm a huge mommy's girl, well, parents girl. I was gonna say, you get along with both your parents pretty well, don't you? Don't you? No, funny story though. My dad's mom claimed to go to a nunnery and like do everything you need to do to become a nun up until your very last like your final vows where you're married to Jesus or whatever. And then she backed out. And that's what all of us believed up until like 5 years ago when we all signed up on Ancestry.com and found out she actually went away and had an illegitimate child. But when pried about why didn't you go through with it and become a nun, she told us she had syphilis. That was what we all believed. Catholics are so weird. They're so weird. How I fucking function. I'm not kidding. It's the fun. My sister tells this story so much better. But basically, my mom's mom was the Irish Catholic. My dad's mom, Jew, Catholic, hidden, whatever. Fucked up story. Anyways, so my Nana, my mom's mom, super nosy, short, little, chubby Irish woman who liked to drink. My dad's mom, very proper, collars, Catholic, serious, stern. I never saw that bitch smile in my life. And so my Nana is the type like this at the table, like, so Kathleen, you just backed out, yeah? You just didn't become a nun. That's can I get another one, Katie? Yeah. Okay. So you just didn't become a nun. You just like you did it all and you didn't. She would do this at every family gathering, call my grandmother and do this, like constantly trying to figure out why the fuck didn't you become a nun. So it was like Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving or something like that, some big family thing where everyone's at this big long table. My Nana's sitting there like, so you just didn't become a nun. And my mean Grandma Grump just does this slow turn to her and goes, yes, Ethel, because I had syphilis. And then it was just silence and knives and forks. That was it. That was it. Like, it was crazy. Like, no one, coming out of her mouth, any of those words, just like, she's the devil. We're all going to be on fucking fire now. But it was really because she cheated on her alcoholic, horrible, womanizing husband and got pregnant and had to go have that baby at a separate place. And he found us on Ancestry.com. It was an interesting time. Pregnant nun movie, immaculate. Wait, have I seen that? That sounds familiar. I mean, if you're not currently Catholic, I think it's like being an alcoholic. I think we're always recovering. I don't know if I'll ever not feel just guilty breathing, existing. People knowing I'm alive. Like, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry I'm even here. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so fucking hard ingrained in me to just be sorry to be alive. I don't know if that ever goes away. But like, we try. Golden brief commercial breaks of peace of mind. What up, sheepy? I never had the touch my pee-pee guilt. No, I don't think I ever did. I think so. My dog, Trick, is just staring at me. Do we need a break, Bubba? You want to go outside? Come say hi first. That's your, gotta pay the troll toll. Come here. Hi, bud. You're awful cute. Thank you. Everyone likes to see you. He's so cute. Oh, the Void. He's the best. STBX sister-in-law went on a screaming rant at my brother's that he's not allowed to say Good Friday because he's not Catholic. What? Wait. But wait. Like, no one can say Good Friday if they ain't got their soul sold to the Jesus? I'm confused. What a psycho. Yeah, mid Fridays only. Mid or worse. Fuck that shit. What? Seriously, according to her, only Catholics. I mean, according to Catholics, if you're baptized and you go through all that catechism shit, you're theirs forever. So I can't even be like, I'm a recovering Catholic, Good Friday. Like, they'd probably still count it because they'd be like, you're ours, bitch. So I got a good dose of Jew in me, though. Good Friday, bitch. Like a good 50. That's so weird. My evil laugh? Thank you. That's such a bizarre. I mean, again, I know I say this too often, but what a weird hill to die on. Glad you'll be dead. Because I'm tired. Bitch, I'd crash those pearly gates with a margarita. Let's fucking go. I haven't, well, I was going to say, I haven't done any like the terrible ones, but depending on, I don't know what Catholics view the whole like thing. Like a doctor wrote the order and shit, so like technically it's not my fault, but like I don't know how Catholics stand on the whole like it was my job to unplug people from life support situation. Is it murder? I don't know. No one's really told me. I worked with a Jehovah's Witness and he was able to do it, so like Cherub Tros, fucking yes. Oh my god, I am there. I'm a drumstick person. You cool with flats? If they let me in. I just don't know where they stand on that. Shit. Or like, is it worse that I put them on life support and that I took that? I don't know. See, I fucked with life a lot for a lot of years, and I just don't know where the fucking religious zealots stand on that. So like, I might be there, or I might be chilling by a pool of lava, or there's no afterlife and we'll just rot and go back to the earth. Please let that be it. I want to decay. Vissy, this is why we're soulmates. Yeah, the Pope has to be like, yeah, it's cool, it's whatever. Like, he did that recently with gays, right? Apparently, as a confirmed Episcopalian, I get some kind of partial Catholic pass if I wanted. I think Episcopalian is, like, just isn't it kind of really similar to, I don't, fuck. It's all Easter Bunny to me. What up, Crispy? Return to the life? What do you mean? I had to run errands during my lunch, so I'm late to the party. Also, CK, it was lovely getting to watch Redacted. Dude, it was amazing. Today's spoiler day. You don't have to redact shit. I said so many times that on the 23rd of May, any spoiler that is Fallout involved is allowed. You don't have to redact shit. We can be like, Lucy's arm was a dick. It wasn't an illusion. We saw it come on the last episode, so. Watch the show, fuck's sake. How would you know if you're decaying or not? Right? It fucks with your head. No shit, you're gonna be an MT? Fuck, man. It's a rewarding job, but holy crap.
Hail Satan, motherfuckers. Amen.
Let's take a break. I gotta pee anyways. Let's take a break and get beverages and shit, and then we can talk Fallout for a bit. And our theories. We can, I mean, mostly, we don't even have to talk about the show. We just watched it all on the Discord the past, like, 7 nights. What was it? 7 nights in a row, whatever. We rallied the last 2 episodes because today's the 23rd. But I have so many, like, one of the biggest questions I have, and I know it's not a major deal, but why is Moldaver still young? There's no fucking way she was one of Bud's buds because she was a bad guy to them. She was a good guy, but she was, you know. Like, I just want to know. I need these things. Also, like episode 1, Moldaver is, pretending to be the head or whatever of that vault that comes in and tries to mate Lucy with the scary dude that looks like a bad guy out of a 90s movie. And she says, "You look like your mother." Was that an insult? Like, you look like a ghoul? Or was that like, I knew your mommy? Also, is her dad was her dad? So, like, Buds, theoretically, I thought they were going to be like kids raised to be managers and then frozen or whatever. But then her dad, who's like just some douche guy who did laundry or whatever, gets to be Bud's bud. I have so many questions. So many. Just, if you could answer some of those. Don't forget our charity. I'm going to go pee and wash my hands. Yeah, so those are, I thought of more questions. Hold on. Oh, so Moldaver and Lucy's mom, were they fucking bumping uglies? Because I have theory. I thought about that. Is that why her dad feels weird saying spoilers because it's terrible that I feel bad if anybody's like wasn't aware. I've said it so many days. I don't know what else to do. Today's the day. That's why her dad blew up Sandy fucking whatever. Shady Sands. Yep, that's what I was literally just going to do that. Boom. I was thinking they were boinking too. I thought maybe that she so why did she take baby Lucy and leave? Like, I don't know if did they cover a reason why they left? Or just they left and Lucy thought that memory was fake, but it was real. I think originally they included that, but it got cut because of the South Park Disney stuff. What? I didn't like that he just didn't like she disobeyed him. Jesus. Is it because she found out the truth? That's why he did it? Does it still show me in Hellblade? I'll redo. Hopefully it'll fix itself. It says just chatting for me. What the fuck? We'll give it a minute. Maybe it's Twitch. Gripping, yeah. The hand-holding could have just been an intimacy thing because she saw, that she was dead or something. But also, I can't stop wondering, why did Moldaver just drag a ghoul around forever? And how did she keep a ghoul? Put a chicken in it, make her gay and lame, etc. Tropey shit. It's literally just Nat King Cole radio. That's it. It's great. It feels that way. That's what I thought. Yeah. No. It's not updating for anybody, Genova. It's not you. It's probably Twitch just twitching. It's fine. It's also said the sun was at Shady Sands too. Oh, fuck. We'll see. So did he drag Lucy and the mom back and then blow up Shady Sands? Or did he blow up Shady Sands after taking Lucy out and blew the mom up too? Because I don't know if him and the mom were in love, because we were talking about this last night when we were watching it. Glut was doing all redacted stuff in there, so we weren't spoiling it for people. But I couldn't, they were saying, I think it was the last episode. It was either second to last or last episode. They went to the vault that was full of the people that were all, they looked like fucking rad people with different eyes and shit and noses on their forehead and whatever. And the lead lady there says, "What was the experiment in your vault?" And Lucy says, "There was no experiment in my vault." And I was like, "Oh shit, what was it? Like, what the fuck was the experiment?" And Glut was saying I think it was episode 4. I can't remember who is talking about, if it's Bud or whatnot, but they're talking about the different experiments in terms of mice. And there's like the management vault, and then there's the breeder vault, which is where we think Lucy comes from, which is where her dad comes from. So they're just breeders breeding perfect management babies. I don't know if there's love involved. Like, we saw Lucy just being set up with that guy from another vault. I think that's how her dad and her mom got together. So I don't think there was any love there at all. I think it's a breeder situation, and they're just kind of trained to do it. And then the vault that was destroyed, what was it, 32? Was the one that they went in and it was all fucked up and they had to clean it up? That was the mouse one, where essentially they set it up like mice with not enough resources, and they eventually turn into cannibals and eat each other. So I think it's the second to last episode. They send a bunch of new people to go repopulate 32 with that creepy blonde chick with the one eye, who's the new manager. And theoretically, she knows that that's the one she's going into because she's one of Bud's buds. Right? Which is fucked. Like, unless she just has this crazy, like, complex, like, I can do better. We won't eat each other. What? She's a bud, right? So she theoretically knows the experiment. I mean, theoretically, I don't know. I don't know if they know the experiment that they're being a manager of, or if they're just put into it and then that's the way it is. I don't know. Mom was a gnarly ghoul, but not feral, so she'd be getting that. Oh. So it was so she was probably a product of said explosion then. Episode 4, it was on the TV, a thing about give rats infinite resources, then take it away and watch them fight. There you go. Yeah, which is fucking creepy. Stephanie. Yes, the new overseer. That was her name. Yeah. Both of them were breeding pools for the new buds. What was the vault that Bud, robot brain Bud, little Roomba Bud, was like managing all those? All the people. That was 33. So one of the breeder vaults, they also made a mouse vault, like a watch them eat each other vault. Because that's fucked. Vault 32 is implied they just found out what Vault 31 was and then killed each other and themselves. Right? And all that written blood on the walls, it's like, we know the truth, or we know what you did. I can't remember exactly what it said, but there's like messages. Blood messages. She ran out of resources and tried to escape because they were starving. Okay, that's what it was. Mishy, I don't think... I mean... That one guy... Remember the guy that didn't want to go and kind of had a little fit? I almost wonder if he knows. Because, like, he was trying to... Was he one of the ones that was trying to be overseer or something? No, he wasn't. But I think it almost leads me to believe, like, he knows what he's going into. That's why he had that little freak out and didn't want to go. Oh, 32 found out about the management vault, revolted, and got wiped out. Oh. 33 is definitely Bud's buds. That's an experiment for sure. 31, breeder management. I mean, other than that, I can't tell what the fuck was going on there. 31 maybe was the small one Bud's buds are in. I think the one that Lucy was in was like management breeding, right? From Bud's buds. It was like breeding Bud's buds, right? Which I'm curious, like, I know it's Fallout lore and stuff like that, and this is probably going too deep. But like, why not just, if you have Bud's brain in a Roomba, why not just keep them all frozen until the surface is ready? Why even wake them up ever? I don't know if they went over that, or if that's even, is that implied, like how long you can be cryogenically frozen or something? Like the Jello cake, yeah, when your glum vote for 31, that's the management pool, right? 31's just the cryo vault full of management. I thought that was 33 was the vault full of management. No, 33 is where Lucy is. 31's the vault flow management. No, you're right. You're right. Somehow the vault was 31 and how it works and went crazy and killed each other. And themselves. But like, I don't know. Some of them were just like corpses in chairs and stuff that were disemboweled. What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, that doesn't it doesn't say no or yes to anything. You know, one of the first bodies her little brother walks in on is like just toasted in a chair or something, right? They were trying to breed perfect. So theoretically, by the time the surface was ready for population, they would have the perfectly creepy. So I wonder how long they thought they were going to be down there. Because by the time we're watching it, it's 200-ish years later, right? Which again, how the fuck is Moldaver that old? There's no way she was a Bud's Bud. How'd she get cryo-slept? Like, what? What the fuck? I want to know. I need to know more on that one. I need to know more on Moldaver. The two ones with people are used for having breeding stock to have their future managers for the service, and they take over the world to rule it. Yeah. Betty's a Bud's Bud. That was a big realization. Last night we realized that when we were watching it, rewatching it, a lot of us. I think it was the second to last episode, and our ghoul dude, pre-ghoul, walks into an office, and like she's like a secretary or some shit, right? Betty's sus as fuck, but she was just a secretary. Like, it's interesting who became Bud's buds. Not that being a secretary, but it doesn't seem to be higher ups, which leads me to wonder where the fuck is his wife. Because she was a higher up, and it seems like a lot of these people that are being unfrozen and were our Bud's buds are not. They're like laundry piss-ons. Where are they? You'd think you would want to breed from them or something. And like the show, I know I'm throwing a lot out there, but I don't want to forget. These are all things I've just been thinking about for weeks now. I think it's episode 1. They open up with like the big party, you know, and what's his fuck's there with his family, and the bomb goes off. They do the thumb thing, and his daughter's like, "What's that? Whatever." And he grabs her and runs off. Like, what the fuck happens between point A and point Z there? Like, he gets on the horse with his daughter and goes like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your thumb or my thumb. That shit was creepy. Yeah. Coop's wife is Mr. House. That's an interesting theory. Wife's probably in a special vault. But she'd have to be frozen if she was still alive, right? Because 200 years later. There was probably an upper management vault or two. But they'd be dead. Like, she'd have to be cryogenically frozen. It's 200, unless whatever the fuck happened to Moldaver happened to her. Like, what would that be? And again, why wouldn't you? I guess maybe upper management considers themselves already perfect management. So, like, by the time they're unfrozen, they'll just have, like, this army of perfect management ready to manage. Right? Or something? Did Budbuds happily just get unfrozen and sent to marry and breed into the vaults for the entirety of their lives, happily having no actual purpose? And that's what I'm saying. Like, they were theoretically frozen, having known the normal world. Like, we saw her dad, Hank. What was that his name? I'm really bad with names. We saw Lucy's dad as, like, a piss-on in 200 years ago. Like, was he cool with, like, yeah, freeze me and just breed me later on down the line? Because they knew life before? I guess, unless they get wiped or something. As a former executive assistant myself, no one is more resourced than your admin staff. Surprising no one, my husband's also a fucking troll. He's in a Zoom meeting, and after a really long silence from him, I hear him say, "Yeah, your mic was muted, dude. Can you repeat all that?" Well, his daughter's not Moldaver because we see a clip of like the past or whatever where he goes to a meeting that's like a How do you describe their little group? Oh, sheep, we'll get there. Trust me. We haven't even talked about Maximus. Notice how no one's mentioned Maximus one time. Speaking of writing, huh, um, it's gonna make Glut mad, so I figured we'd wait a bit. It's just, he is just written so bad. It's just so bad. I know. Maximus made me viscerally angry. Same, and I feel bad because just like, what the fuck? I don't know. He just came off as like, I don't know. We'll get there. I have a lot of questions about him. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Moldaver runs like in the past before the explosions and whatever, before they go into the vaults. She runs a meeting that talks about the actual like true secret meaning behind the people making vaults, and allegedly, this is what I remember from the show, she created the technology for cold fusion, which allegedly will give everybody power or whatever, and the company, like Vault Tech or whatever, bought up all her research and made it proprietary and took it because they want it for themselves. And so she starts a little like support group or whatever for people to be like, this is the truth. We have that technology exists. They've taken it. I mean, we need to get it back, blah, blah, blah. So she's like totally alive and like looks like my age-ish in that time. Like, correct. Yeah, it's Vault Tech Conspiracy Anonymous. Yeah. Conspiracy Theory Anonymous or whatever. That's, yeah, something like that. It's basically like a support group for it. Yeah, we see him meet Moldaver in the past. So he's familiar with Moldaver, which leads me to believe that Lucy's dad knew. So here we're getting really, I know this is a lot. I'm so sorry. This is so much I've been thinking about. So that leads me to believe that definitely, probably, because she is a pretty big figure back then, that Lucy's dad absolutely knew who the fuck Moldaver was. So episode 1, when Vault whatever, 32 or whatever, comes in to mate with Lucy, and Moldaver's at the head of them, he had to fucking know. Right? Like, how did he... And that's the other thing. Like, there's no fucking way Moldaver looks the way she looks today if she wasn't cryoed. So he had to know her. Like, I think someone said it in the chat last night. They had a theory that maybe she was a plant. Like, all this time, Moldaver. But I don't know. Or maybe back then she was a plant or something. I don't know. What up, Reasonable? How are you, love? Max just comes off as so fucking, like, he was rescued as, allegedly, they used that one, I mean, Vissy pointed out so many times it was hilarious, but there's one clip that they used 20 times of a little boy crawling out of, what was it, like an ice cream refrigerator or something, and it's supposedly, like, that's how he survived the Shady Sands blast, and then a soldier gets him and saves him as a child. So theoretically, he looks, I don't know, I'm bad with ages, 6 or 7 years old. From the age of 6 or 7, he's been raised by these people to be a knight, theoretically, or a squire to the knights. And he knows fuck all about anything about the suit. Like, I was shocked he knew about the core. I was shocked he knew a core existed. Like, when he was like, oh, yeah, I gotta get a core for the... I was like, oh, my God, he knows a piece of it. But how? How has he gotten from that point to that point, and he's borderline touched? They just wrote him so... I'm new. You're not. I mean, at least 10 years. If we're giving him a lot of credit for his age, at least 10 years. Wait, the refrigerator hole in the back? Shut up. That's kind of funny. Vile, thank you so much for summing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. Exactly. Having been raised by the Brotherhood and zero functional knowledge of the power armor, it's the same. I mean, he knew, like, nothing. He knew nothing. Like, it just acted like he was fucking... I've been asleep. What? Why? I assumed they were going to reveal Maximus was insane. Like, some of the choices were there. I agree. Like, I really thought... Maybe that's why there's a hole in the back of the ice cream, whatever. Sheepy. Maybe that's the point, is like, oh no, he did get hit by Rad, and he's fucking insane. Or something. Because it just doesn't make sense. Lucy made lots of crazy decisions too in her time so far outside the vault. Lucy's decisions kind of, and again, this is just my opinion, they sort of align with how she was raised. She was raised like in a, like, I imagine it like that movie, if you ever saw Blast from the Past, with, what's his name? I just forgot his name. I love him. He's a good actor. Anyways, it's a movie where this family creates like a bomb shelter back in like the Red Scare, the bomb scare, whatever era, and I think it's like a piece of a plane falls off in their yard and they think that's the bomb. They go underground and they stay underground for like 30 years or something crazy like that. And when they emerge like it's still 1950 or something. Like they dress like that, they act like that. That's how Lucy acts and that's how she approaches the world because that's how she's been raised her whole life. Like she's existed in this vault and been told this lie, like, oh yeah, when the world is ready, blah, 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 blah. Like she's been raised in that. Whereas Maximus has been raised in this militant existence from this big to supposedly, I assume everyone is either going to be a squire or a knight. I mean, I don't know what else you do. So like you would think that he would act appropriately and interact with the world according to the environment he was molded by, right? And he just fucking doesn't. He acts like Lucy. And you're just like, help. It just, his decisions and the way Brendan Fraser, thank you. Yes, Brendan Fraser. It just doesn't, it's just like I mean, he's just like, he's the most standout, I guess, to me. In terms of whatever the fuck is going on there. He does not interact with his environment accordingly to how he was molded. He should act like a knight or a squire, right? And he doesn't. And I don't know what the fuck that is. And it's not like he sees right and that's why he acts different. He's a dick. He's kind of a bad person still. Like he has the morals of the Brotherhood, but not any knowledge of any of it at all. Sorry, I'm just scrolling up. I'm catching up. You think they actually teach the squires anything? I mean, that other squire, the one that, you know, gets his foot crushed and gets turned into maybe a ghoul by chicken fucker. I'm sorry, man. He's fucking my chickens. That part just slayed me. Oh my fucking God. Like, he knew everything. He spoke like you're supposed to speak to a knight. Like, is Thaddeus the squire, right? I think so. He acted the way I would have thought if you were raised from childhood to be this, I guess. But I don't know. Again, I'm literally like, this is just what I got out of it watching it twice. I could be totally off base on it. Maximus drove me fucking crazy. Like his best, I mean, I understand the first move he makes. When he lets his knight die. His knight was a fucking piece of garbage shit in real life and in the show. He was a piece of shit. I understand that. But outside of that, it just got so fucking, like, I don't know where they're going with him. What are they trying to do with Maximus? What are they doing with his character? Like, what are they doing? Sheepy, she didn't know what a feral ghoul was. We watched that episode the night before last night. She didn't know what they were. She didn't know, like, what a feral ghoul was. She, like, points the gun, you know, and she gets all threatening, and she's like, let all of them go. And they don't put out the feral ghouls. And she's like, I said all of them. And they're like, no, ma'am, you don't understand. And she's like, clunk, clunk, all of them. And then they try to eat her, and she's like, oh my fucking God, now I get it. Because she's a fucking dumbass who grew up in a vault, thinking it's 1950 forever, and that breeding was life. Like, I guess. She just, like, she kind of makes sense to me a little bit. But also, I think it was Glut pointed out, like, she is the only one that has, like, any smarts or skills or anything from that vault. And we were like, oh, we just kind of assumed because it was the breeder vault that everyone was raised to know Taekwondo or whatever and have skills with guns. But I guess that's not it. That was just her hobbies. I don't know how she knew about power armor. When does she mention it? Does she know what his power armor is? I don't remember that. That must have not stood out to me. I have no idea. Maybe they... I mean, the power armor existed before the first bomb. Was it... Oh man, we just rapidly watched all the episodes in Discord, so I might be mixed. I don't know what episode it was. But there's an episode where the guy... What's the guy who plays the ghoul's name? What's his name? Is it Howard? Howard. Is that who he named himself after or whatever? No. I'm mixing up him before he's ghoul. When he's pre-ghoul, he runs into Bud. Coop. It's Coop. Thank you, Coop. Jesus Christ. He runs into, and again, this is just what I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. He runs into Bud or something like that. Or someone who's in charge of the power armor, and they like make a joke about the faults in the power armor, and he says, I went to the war protecting the great state of Alaska from Russia or something. In that power armor, we lost a lot of good men up there. And then later on, I think it's the last episode, he's like, back when we wore that power armor in my day, there was a fault right under this one panel, and he fucking clocks the guy under that panel, and he just... So the power armor existed before the war, so maybe they know that. Maybe they study that stuff. I don't know. Maybe they have, like, books on it. Pre-war shit. Because they existed beforehand. Maybe in a different model. I'm assuming. There's models, right? There were in the game, but I don't... Oh, it was China. It was China. Thank you. I couldn't remember. Another odd point. The Raiders invade the vault. She sees them and mumbles, Raiders. How would she know what Raiders are if she's been safe in the vault? Yeah. Presumptuously, that means someone in the vault must have left to know what's out there, even though it's an inhospitable, unlivable environment that she is, like, we're led to believe she believes, right? Kind of. I kept thinking, wait, I don't even think the writers know. I don't think so either. It drives me crazy because I want him to be better. TV show was in 2296. Shady Sands was in 2277. So 19 years has passed since Shady Sands. Okay. I swear the Twitch app isn't a fan of you. No, why? The app sucks. My mind goes with A Stroke by Billy Squier. I don't think I know that one. I'm sorry. Is it good? Legit, I kept thinking it was like a goofy and gallant Maximus is a fuck up. I was hoping Maximus would be kind of a himbo, but he's not. So I don't know. Like, I really don't know where they're going with him. It just doesn't make any sense. I think they're lining up Max for a fall from grace. Where's his grace? He's never really had a grace, has he? Like, he started out just letting his knight die. Granted, his knight was a piece of shit. But he just, like, as a squire, just straight up lets his knight die, steals his knight's armor, goes about the entirety of the show lying to everyone, claiming he's a knight. I don't know. I don't know. If he does have a grace, let me know. But, like, where can he fall from? I mean, he might stumble into the shit. Like a little slippy slide. But I don't know. Oh, yeah. All the power armors from before the war, they can't make new ones. There you go, yeah. Oh, my God. The amount of Stormtrooper jokes we made, Sheepy, about the aim. Like, how did no one get shot? I don't think we ever stopped making Stormtrooper jokes about the aim, actually. It was pretty bad. Like, I think everyone in the chat at the same time was like, how? How? What the fuck? Oh, wait, I know that song. I just didn't know who it was by. I know that song, Reasonable. Yeah, sorry, I'm an idiot. Unevenly written. He just seems very, like, they don't have a direction for him. I don't know what they're trying to do there. He'll be a knight. He will be. And so, Workster brings up a good point. There's that. I don't know if Maximus gave into it or not. There's that conversation Maximus has with, like, the lead dude in the robes. Is he the father of the brothers? What is his, does he have a title. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. But that guy's like, let's fuck everybody and take it over. Blah, 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 blah. And Maximus is like, blah, blah, blah. But did he like, he's the elder, thank you. Did he like, yeah, or I don't remember. Dude, Andor was a fucking good show. Is a good show, I should say. Andor's phenomenal. Agreed. Andor was a piece of art. Yeah, the old guy. Yeah, I'm wondering if he'll ally with that guy because I just don't know. I don't know if he'll do it. Like, it would be the evil smart thing to do for him because he is not smart. He needs someone to guide him, but I don't know if he's smart enough to know that. Maximus killing the bear in a single shot and then being useless the next, like, 7 episodes. Yeah. Almost worse than useless. Like, actually worse than useless. I really loved it. I liked all of it. I just have a lot of questions, but they're not, like, show-breaking questions. And if you just wrote Maximus out of it, it's great. Also, why is there always got to be a romance? Does Lucy seem the type to want to breed with a big fucking dumbass? Is she just horny? I just don't need it. I don't need it. You mean Dane? Rod Dane? Dude. I mean, how would you, I don't want to know. I was going to say, how would you incapacitate yourself? I don't want to even talk about that. But, like, I kind of understand that level of fear. Dane has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. I completely understand that mistake. Dane's eyes. Have you seen those eyelashes? I said it last night when we were watching the last 2 episodes. I think it was either last night or the night before. I was like, Dane should have been Maximus. I would have enjoyed looking into those eyes. And Dane doesn't seem like a fucking idiot. But the writing for Dane probably would have been terrible, so then Dane would have come off and is an idiot. I don't know. I don't know. It makes me sad. Is the Finn of Fallout? You're not wrong. 7 or 8 out of 10. Dude, I would agree. 4 out of 10 for quality. What do you mean? What is quality? Define quality. Sexually frustrated? That much? Dude, Rod, realistically, when's the last time Maximus brushed his teeth? When? How horny doth one be to want to lick the fuzz off someone else's teeth? I do too, Sheepy. I wish they would have gone more. I was just way more interested in Dane. From moment 1, I was more interested in Dane. Dane had charisma. Glut said that last night. I was like, Dane should have been cast as Maximus. Glut said the same. Glut was like, Dane had charisma. I was like, yeah. Dane had personality. Had, like, eyes that moved, I guess. Like, at least it was clean cousin stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm too big on hygiene. Hobo, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving 8 swings. I fucking appreciate you. If Maximus plays out like I think, he'll go along with the current structure of BOS until he finally decides that they suck and he either destroys the Brotherhood or usurps the leadership. I mean, do you remember that part, along with what you're saying, do you remember the part where Thaddeus, oh, who is it? Oh, I think Lucy says, like, but it's the Brotherhood, aren't those the good guys? And Thaddeus goes, what does he say? He says, like, it's depends on who you are or something like that. And he is, it's complicated. Thank you. It's complicated. And he's, like, fully in it. And even he knows it's so, like, they must know they're not the good guys, right? Like, at least to a certain level, they kind of know that good guy. I don't know if good guy exists, which I kind of appreciate about this show, to be honest, because good and bad is really subjective. It changed the whole show if Dane was Maximus. It'd be amazing. Dude, Slee is same. Same. When Maximus just got to chill with his bowl, like, he should have just stayed with his popcorn and his TV. Like, that kid deserved it. That's where he belonged. I think Maximus would have been just a happy little clam, but no. He had to go put that armor on and take that fucking core and fucking be a fucking dipshit again. Okay, hold on. I want to know. I was seriously asking about quality. I was curious. I didn't know what we're rating on, I guess. Writing consistency, laziness, making the viewer do all the work, plot points that disappear don't make sense, not no themes, plot holes, terrible character progression. Okay, yep, I agree. I get that. I feel like it's got to be hard writing a show to appeal to an audience that has never played the game and to the audience that is diehard in the game, looking for stupid little things and consistencies in the game or in the show versus the game. I imagine that's got to be hard. I probably couldn't do it any better. I know I couldn't. I couldn't fucking do anything. Dude, reasonable, same. We were talking about that earlier. It's all giving us Nana memories. Hygiene is fucking important. Only time I felt bad for Maximus is when he turned down sex with Lucy. Because his dick turns into a pimple that pops sometimes. I need that to be a proactive commercial. Like the fuck? How does he know what acne is but not jerking off? I don't know. I have so many questions. I would watch the fuck out of Dane Lucy. Hard same. Go Dane. I'm on Team Dane. Some Brotherhood folks are good. There's different factions of them, right? Like, this isn't the only faction of the Brotherhood, I assume. When you will destroy at all costs a group for pre-bomb tech, you guys are crazy. Oh my god, and you reminded me. So we were watching the show last night. We got the big reveal that Coop's wife is a cunt. A twat, if you will. Why does he want her back? Like, she's the fucking reason. Like, she's the reason he is the way he is. She's the reason his daughter is missing. She's the reason the world is the way it is. What the fuck? Is he trying to find her to put a bullet in her head? What's going on? Does he? But he went off with the daughter. And I think that's where I agree with Sheepy. Like, they've an entire season and they couldn't give me anything between him swiping his daughter, putting her on the horse and galloping off, and today. They couldn't give me anything from that moment to the ghoul. You started. That was episode 1. That's where you started. It's where you... My thumb or your thumb. It's where you fucking started! Like, what happened? Did he go to maybe he went off to a vault and then got kicked out of the vault? Or something. Like, I just want to know. I feel like I'm theory craft. All we can do is theory craft because they gave us fuck all. And I have a lot of theories there because, I mean... Like, I think what happened, this is just theory, because obviously they left a lot of, there's holes here, like, we don't know. But, he's, like, very successful, and he's doing commercials for Vault-Tec, right? In a lot of the flashbacks we see. But the first flashback we see, he's, like, doing a cowboy skit at a child's birthday party, and they ask him, will you do the thumbs up? And he says, in light of the current events, can I please not? And my theory is that after he spies on his wife, he quits Vault-Tec. And his only way to make any sort of income now, as maybe a single parent, maybe, is by doing these little, like, skits and shit. Because the movie, he says it himself, the movie industry has blackballed him for doing commercials for the end of the world stuff. That's theory. I don't know. Or he gets caught spying because her thingy's acting up, And so they fuck his life up with like rumors. But then he's at a party with his child. Like, but I don't know. Theories. Yes, we watched the last episode last night. Yes. I did really want more. I feel like they really played a lot of that salamander with the finger teeth. Like super mutants, Deathclaw. All the things. All the scaries that are up there. What did we get? I think we literally got salamander finger teeth. Right? That was it. In terms of like, right? There's so much up there. I didn't even think about that. You just brought that to my mind. There's literally no life, no creatures. We got a rad roach and a mole rat. Did we get a mole rat? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Mac Jack, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. That's a long goddamn time. Now that it's successful, they have a license to get really weird. I mean, episode 1, they talked about cousin stuff. How much weirder can we get? I would like to see some more, like, super... I mean, that's how the episode ended, right? Was Deathclaw skull. The dad, like, stomps over a Deathclaw skull or whatever on his way to theoretical New Vegas. I think it's New Vegas. It's not said, but, like... It was a Deathclaw skull. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So that leads me to believe that those will either be a main... Because, like, I haven't played the games for years. But one, if not a couple of the games, Super Mutants were, like, a main... That was the main bad guy. They were everywhere. They were the encampments. Right? Well, doesn't that one-eyed guy say, like, that creature you saw in that video was my great Uncle Joe or something like that? Like, they're partial human or, like, spliced or something. In the timeline, as far as I remember, the show will take place 9 years after the New Vegas game finishes. Interesting. Okay. Oh, no, they're absolutely... I mean, that's, like, if you watch the finale, that's what he looks at. I'm pretty positive. Pretty sure that's what he's looking at. What is it, the stratosphere? I think you see the stratosphere, which is one of the big major buildings that was in Vegas. There was a super mutant arm in the first episode? When? You know what's crazy? I was literally thinking about playing Fallout 76 recently, and a bunch of tweets, like Twitter read my mind or something, started popping up about people just getting sniped and camped in that game constantly and how the environment and the people playing it suck. If it wasn't a fucking co-op, a MMO, I'd be in it. But fucking other people. Other people make life hell. Deathclaw Skull was last episode, yes. That was the last episode, I believe. I think that's the only time we've seen it. I don't see why we wouldn't get Lucy in the next season. I mean, her dad blew up Shady Sands. Like, they have to stay main characters, right? The people in charge of the Fallout IP have started specifically that they want to prevent things from regressing and keep the wasteland chaotic and unorganized, which is why Shady Sands was nuked. Wait, why would they even make that a statement? Isn't that kind of understood? If things get better, then there's no show. Like, I don't want to see it get better. I want to see it get fucking worse. I want to see a gulper fuck a fucking mutant and make a baby. And then that becomes king of the land. Is that just me? I want to see a unicorn. Like, show me I have normal outside. I'm good. Do you get camped and shit like that? Oh, you can turn it off? That's kind of nice. That's the minority of 76. Man, you are only as strong as your weakest link. You should chase those fucks out instead of just allowing them to be there. Because that tiny minority is the only thing going up on Twitter. No one's talking about your nice community. Just saying. You can't get sniped. You can only get killed by players if you shoot back. Otherwise, they can't do anything to you or your camp. Could they find out I'm a streamer and just jump around my body for 30 minutes, disallowing me to have a good time? Or just stalk me constantly? I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm like that kind of thing. Because if there's those people, I don't want to play. That's why I stopped playing MMOs. That ruins all the times. Yes, a unicorn with a horse, just a horse with an arm growing out of its skull, please, yes. And all of its teeth are tongues. I want that. I mean, striving for a better, but not the vault version of better. Like, I like the mutant vault. Like, if that is how the top starts to get, where it's like, you know, mutants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the breeder vaults to get in charge and, like, make their better. Like, trying to make it back to normal, exterminating cool new species, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'd like to see them start to evolve to live with the radiation, to live with the world and the creatures and whatever. You know what I'm saying? The management vault want to keep the wasteland fucked up so it's easier to take over 100% and is why they knew Shady Sands because NCR was working. Right, and it's the buds. That's why that program was created, so they could just infinitely live underground on time, right? He says that, like, the number one weapon is time. If we can outlive everything happening on the surface, eventually they'll kill each other. I think he says that at some point. The lore of the super mutants in Fallout 4 is the Institute was conducting its own research on the FEV virus, separate from the other factions had. Some of their super mutants they put down, others they released into the Commonwealth. It instituted that the quote-unquote subjects for the FEV research were pooled from the Commonwealth citizens that the Institute placed with... Oh, so they were people. I feel like I remember that. "90% of the player base? I believe you. I believe you. A lot of the streamers I know play in a private server so that doesn't happen, and then only friends can play with you. That's usually what I end up doing just to avoid it, but then it kind of defeats the purpose of playing an MMO. You know? A little bit. But I'm too old. I don't have the patience or tolerance or want to talk to, deal with, or interact with fuck twats in games. My chat just jumped, sorry. The game has private servers where you can play alone, but the fun is playing with others. I'm sure some of your fans. So I played it. Just an FYI. It's not that I've never played it. I own it and I played it. Like, when it was released, there's a huge part of my community who is like Fallout diehards. Like, they fuck. We love Fallout. We played it. And as a group, we got all the way to the final boss and we beat it. And it was like some big Deathclaw or something. I don't fucking remember. And we were all standing around and I was like, cool, now what? And they're like, we all go do it again. And I was like, I don't ever want to do that again. That was mediocre at best. Is there something? And there just wasn't anything else to do. But I'm assuming it's probably gone fucking far since then, because that was a long time ago. Is it one of those games where there's parts of the game where you feel you need other players to do, like, if you're not a diehard that's going to have the best of the best gear and the best guns, are there bosses where suddenly I would need people to play with? Good. Oh, thank fuck. I hate those games. Do you think, and that was the other question, I had that question too, like, why is Bud a Roomba? Was he cool with that? The super mutant at the launch, Silo remembers who he was. See, I think I remember that. That sounds super familiar, Zendivia. That I feel like I remember this. And it kind of being heartbreaking. I feel like there was a couple super mutants who had vague memories of life before, or like almost like a psychosis. Like they would try to wear people clothes and it didn't fit. Like you would find a super mutant in a torn up dress or some shit. Plus 76, you don't have to add anyone, and there's quite a few servers not for you to choose, so the chance of people finding you is kind of low. That's kind of nice. Just the endgame bosses, they have to drop a nuke for. Jesus. They added new content since then. There would be more to do. See, I would probably just want to make a really cool looking character and do housing a lot. Just to be 100% honest. Like, I'll kill shit if I need to get more housing stuff, but it's not like my favorite. Right, Sally? Yeah, cool. Glad I'm not the only one on that page. Housing is the true endgame. Like, that's... I'm just being real. Like, I'll go into and be like, we're badasses. Ha ha ha. Did you guys see my flower pot? Oh my god. It glows. Housing is everything. And it did have good housing, but when I played back in the day, it was almost all the housing things that were decent and not shitty were all gate kept behind fetch questing. Find this guy in this settlement and go collect 20 rocks for him. I don't want to do that. I only have like a good 40 years left on this planet, and fetching rocks for an NPC ain't one of them. One of the years. That didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no like, I don't get anything from a fetch quest bullshit. And so many MMOs just like bank on fetch quest nonsense. They added NPCs. I heard they added NPCs and they actually added story to it, which is crazy that they didn't have that. Yes, Sheepy, which still, that didn't make sense to me. I love Fallout 4. Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game ever. Like, it's the best. It's so fucking good, but it doesn't have housing. That's how I am with V-Rising. The bosses are vehicles to unlock more crafting and castle stuff. Dude, I installed V-Rising, played it for a couple nights in a row, and just lost complete interest. Because it's one of those games where, like, I feel like it's a running simulator. By the time I run to where I need to be, my inventory is already full. And I've already fought so many things that I've used up all my good blood. And it's just like, again, one of those, like, it's good, but you have to unlock all the housing by doing this shit. And I'm just like, I have like 2 hours a night to sit down to myself, and I don't want to spend 1.5 of that running in a game. I run in real life, for fuck's sake. Like, I know it's just me, but I have so little time to sit and do that. And when I seriously, I end up not playing a lot of games because I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to play. Well, I've got like an hour 45 before I got to start on dinner and take the dogs. And then, nope, definitely not that game. Because I know just like unloading my inventory and getting ready to go run out is going to take like 45 minutes. And then the day-night cycle slows you down while you're running around. It drives me fucking crazy because I'm like, I have 45 minutes before I have to get up from my computer. Like, please stop doing this to me. That kind of shit. It's just little things because it's a really good game and the housing is fun. And it's all goth and shit and awesome and everything glows and you can have slaves and it's just the best. But fuck, to get there at what cost? It drives me a little crazy, man. Like, I don't got that much fucking time, dude. It's a lot of time. No shit, you spin up Valheim. Valheim, I can get more done in 45 minutes than I could just unloading my fucking inventory in half the other games I want to play. No shit. And that game drives me crazy. It's not a perfect game. But seriously, it's just so much faster to jump into and just sit down. I think that's why I really enjoy games like Hades 1 and 2, because you can just sit down and play, pause, exit when you need to, and do what you need. Like, it's not like, all right. Like, MMOs were that for me. It was like, if I was sitting down to play an MMO, I had to make sure I had 3 fucking hours to do it. Because it was setting up, looking at the stats of the armor, doing the math on paper for the armor, then getting into the whatever. And then that was just, that wasn't even doing a raid. Or some fuck shit someone wanted me to do with them to get some maybe helmet. Like, I don't got the time. And in that time, I could, like, sew a pillow or something. It's just a lot of fucking filler. It's filler. Game filler. I don't want game filler. What is Silo? Is it a game? Or, I mean, a movie? Amen. To only people next to you that don't want the best for you. I like that. Oh, it's a game. Enshrouded, super fucking fun. If you like games like Valheim and shit like that, Enshrouded is great. I have like a lot of hours in Enshrouded. How many hours do I have in that? I've stopped playing because I pretty much hit that, boundary of there's no more. I have, oh my god, 255 hours in Enshrouded. It's really fun. That game is the perfect balance in terms of like all the bitching I just did about bullshit in games that I can't stand. Where it's like one of those games where there's like different aspects of the gameplay that are all kind of necessary that you can do. Like, for instance, if you're just tired of fighting and you're kind of getting that itch to like maybe get up and do something else or play a different game, you can go to your house and do some pretty epic like crafting and housing and stuff. And you don't have to kill anything specific to do that cool housing. You just have to find that resource. And I dig that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I just want to make a really cool garden and I don't need the best weapon in the game. But, like, if I need the best weapon in the game to kill the thing to make a garden, I'm a little, what? But the housing's off the charts. It's really, really fun, but it's not finished. So I've hit that wall in it where I can't do anything else. But it's very, very fun. If you're questioning it, I highly suggest it. It's cool. It's a really good concept. There was another one I played recently that was like that. What was it? Oh, No Rest for the Wicked. Different, but same concept in that there's so many different things you could focus on doing. Like, you can focus on housing your own environment, or you can focus on, like, upgrading the different, like, shops and shit in this huge, like, city environment that's actually really fucking impressively built. It's so cool. And that gives you better, like, shopping opportunities, better prices, stuff like that. Or you could go out and fight, and it's really soulsy. Like, really hard. It's actually very difficult, but not difficult to the point of being irritating. I really like that game. That one's really fun. But I like when they have that. It makes me not quit your game when I have an option to go do something else. But, like, if I'm just head against the wall because I want to make a cool crafting item, and I'm tired of fighting, but I can't go home and craft because I didn't kill the thing you want me to kill to get that crafting item, I'm now quitting your game. Because there's other games that will let me go. Like, there's just too many options out there. There's no game good enough to keep me in you like, I can't go to another game. I must torture myself and live in this misery for you. Fuck yourself. Cheers. Yeah, tied together a little bit, understandable, but like not. It's like gatekeeping it, you know. They did that in ESO for a while, and it used to drive me fucking crazy. I've bitched about this before, but essentially, I was a big time PvP player. I liked to kill other people in the game, in Battlegrounds, and the way that they would fucking set armor sets, like they would release a new armor set that was epic. It would be great in PvP. You would have to go do a 5-hour PvE raid for a possible 20% drop rate of that said armor item. So they were trying to push player bases across what they liked to do. Because, like, do you want to be the best at PvP? You have to go do that raid. And probably you're going to have to do it 4 different times if you're going to get that helmet or whatever you're going for, because the drop rate's terrible and there was no trading. This was back when I played. It's different now. There was no trading anything. What you got was what you got, period. It was fucking insane. Then they finally added what was like the gold vendor or something, where it was like once a week on a Saturday, this vendor would show up in Cyrodiil and they would have random armor sets that were epic armor sets. You could only get through these raids and stuff, and you could buy them for disgusting amounts of gold. Nowadays, I think they've changed it a little bit to where it's easier, or they're not gatekeeping it as much, or you can actually, like, if you do that raid and someone else gets the armor you want, you can trade it. It's not like character bound. But stuff like that that makes me not want to play your game. You're forcing me to do something I don't want to do in a game. It's my free time. It's my enrichment time. I want to enjoy myself. That's not it. And I fucking know I'm not alone in that. Like, no one wants that. What? Oh, they released a huge patch. No shit. I'll have to try it out. I actually haven't played it in like a week. I've been so busy. I haven't played it for a few nights. The combat is really, I mean, it's Soulsy. I don't know. And to me, Soulsy kind of is shitty. Like, it's slow. It's not dependable. It's sluggish. No one really has, like, none of the bad guys, I guess, have, what would you say? Like a combo, like a combat combo. You never know what's coming. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're always better than you. They've got better shit than you, always. And that sucks. But it's Soulsy, and there's something, I don't know if I just love Dark Souls. It's maybe probably a form of self-punishment in the way that some people probably love a fetch quest. Oh my god, that farmer needs 90 rock for his cow to live comfortably? Yes! Whereas that makes me want to quit. You know, to each their own. I ain't gonna fetch quest, but, you know, you do you, boo-boo. Ain't on me. And then roll against each other classes to possibly lose. Yeah, fuck that shit. And exactly, Fox, they do it, I should mention that, they do it vice versa as well. So if if you love raids and you love PvE, they hide the good PvE armor in PvP. They hide it in Imperial City or in Cyrodiil as like a reward for beating X amount of whatevers. And I know it. They won't say it. I've asked. They will not admit it, but I know they're trying to get us. If our whole population plays all of the game, it looks better. We're only playing it because I want that fucking helmet, and you're making me resent you for this. Fuck. No. It's games. It's games. Games. Like, at the end of the day, if you remove video games, has anyone just sat down and been like, yeah, I should play Monopoly because I hate it? What? They added respecs and the ability to try weapons you don't have the stats for yet to see if you like the style. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It is kind of one of those games I've noticed, though. No Rest for the Wicked. It's like, what was the other game I played? Was it Enshrouded? There was another game I played recently like this where it was like, when I was, say the top level was 30. When I was level 15, I found a level 30 sword, and I never found a better weapon ever. Ever. I never found anything better. So that second 100 and whatever hours, I was just using the exact same fucking sword the whole time. Forever. Like, nothing was better. I couldn't upgrade it better. I couldn't enchant it better. Nothing. I tried and I tried and I tried. Nothing could get better. Nothing. 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 That fucking is lame. That's stupid. And I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like No Rest is one of those where when you kill a boss or something like that, you don't get anything special. Like, there's a chest at the back of the room or something, but bosses don't deliver a cool weapon or anything like that. Usually most of the time, a cool weapon's gonna be a rando drop. Nothing, tra-la-la! Yeah, nothing. They added respecs in the ability. That's kind of nice. Some people get kicked in the nuts. What? I hope not. That's not nice to do. Have you ever looked into the scientific, like, what testicle torsion looks like on the inside? Would you like me to draw it on my whiteboard for you? It's pretty fucked up. Don't kick people in the balls. Does anyone like fetch or drop quests, really? I think some people like the mindlessness of it. Some people that probably think a lot for their job or something want to come home and do nothing. And they don't want to think, and they just want to... And I respect that. I never want that. What up, Val? How you doing, Honeybean? I mean, are you shocked? What's a what's in your pockets quest? What's that? They never fixed those at all? Wait, Blackreach? Soon TM, yeah, that's about how it goes. Does it look like the back of an average household's computer wire organization? Why do you have to remind me how normal people live? Why is that worse than testicle torsion? Oh, dude. Boom. You're a caregiver. You want to turn your brain off. There you go. And I'm sure I used to work in hospitals as well. That was probably why I really loved MMOs. I didn't really have to think. It was a good chance to just turn my brain off, go into autopilot, relax my thinking muscles. Right? I respect that. And I don't want those things to go away. I just wish there were different options. I like turn-based combat can be fun. I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's a genre I like thrive on, but I've found some turn-based games that are fucking fun. Oh, Mishy, yes, those are the best. Those are the best when they ask for something and you can immediately just the quest is done. Those are the best. Looks at the rats. Oh, I couldn't do it. I love court organization. I can't with that. Oh no. Wire discipline was a step too far. I will go back to bulky. I know shit. When you said that, I got like the visceral feeling of reaching behind my mom's computer when she, inevitably is like, it's been acting funny. Will you look at it? And it's just like this hot ball of plastic wires, like an octopus of death covered in 2 pounds of like cat hair and dust. And you just kind of do that like, might be your problem. What the fuck? Have you never looked back here? Gross. 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 But honestly, I don't have testicles, so I can't speak to it. But I have heard that close to breaking your penis is the worst feeling in the entire world. And it's absolutely a result of falling on your crotch or getting kicked in the balls. Don't kick people in the balls, even if it's for funny times. It's not funny. You can literally fuck people up. Like I think you can actually die. Like something else happens with nerve pinching and blood flow. Like testicle torsion literally causes the vessels to pinch or kink or something like that. And so blood is no longer being delivered to the testicle itself. It's fucking horrific. Don't fuck around. Leave people's genitals alone. No, but I had a patient who did that. I mean, I don't want to get too graphic because I probably could say I have a patient for everything at this point. But like, I did have a patient who came in and did that to themselves. Like, and just, I don't know if makes it worse, but that's not why they were there. Like, that was just on the side. Wait, you split your Frankenfurter, but how? It's why, unfortunately, I haven't done most quests in ESO yet. I was gifted 95% of the DLCs, but I haven't played anything other than Northern Elsewhere. Murkmire, Shadowfen, Vardenfell, and main quest line. If I ever find the motivation to play ESO quests again, I'll probably do Somerset next. Somerset is good. Somerset's the one that made me cry. They won awards for Somerset. Finding that motivation's hard because I mostly play ESO to hang out. That's exactly what I did. I mean, I've said that before, but we mostly played ESO to stand around on our mounts and like neigh at each other in circles. And then we jump into battlegrounds and shit. It was fun. Yes, lack of blood supply kills the tissue, which starts to rot and leads to sepsis, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely can kill you. Don't fuck around with people's balls. Oh. CP, it's such a bittersweet moment. Like, An enthusiastic young lady trying acrobatics. Did you recover? Is that wrong? Taco, thank you for those biddies, you generous fuck. I hope you recovered, because I have heard. I've only had one patient where that occurred. I've heard, however, that a broken cock is almost bar none the worst physical pain a human can experience. Like up there with splitting open your asshole giving birth kind of pain. Like the amount of nerve endings in a dick. I just... 3 times! Bitch, you have to stop! I may never shit again. You know, I bet it's up there with kidney stones. Because I've heard that's one of the worst, too. I'm so clenched right now. Oh, October, no shit. That makes my heart warm. I think we made that a goal on our charity thing at 7,000 or something. I'm going to reinstall ESO. Casual reminder, penis head's just a massive clitoris. Exactly. Everything leading up to breaking your cock's best time ever. Word. I mean, yeah, theoretically, I would hope. God, imagine if it wasn't. It was very, very not fun. No shit. I'm not sitting on my chair. I'm hovering above my chair. My asshole is so tight for you right now. I don't even know what to say. Nope. Ow. I've had some pretty horrific pain in my life, like a broken rib and shit, but man, I don't have a dick. I can't even, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know where to go with it. There have been a few times that I've had to stop due to coming out in yep, that's happened where it's like that boop, oh, like your dick hits a butt cheek a little too vigorously and you're like, oh, calm down. Yeah, but I think most of the time the broken phalluses happen when the partner on top is just is getting into it. And you know what I'm saying? Empathy, all the empathy. After the second time, you just go into a flow state. Oh, and sign out until life looks better. You have a fucking like a cerebral hemorrhage and just... I'm sorry, that's like an SNL skit, though. The mental fucking image of the checkout. Under the hip? Well, any ridge, right? Yeah, any ridge is a scary place for a dick to... Yeah, you just gotta... I mean, I understand getting excited, but you only got one dick. You know, I don't know what to do. I'm shivering too hard. You guys are ruining it. I know. I'm literally pinching my hip bones and clenching my ass cheeks so hard just to give myself something else to focus on. It's fine. I don't even have a dick. I have no idea how to relate to this conversation. It still makes me uncomfortable. No shit. My girlfriend's daughter has a friend who had... Oh my god. The first time he had sex, he broke his penis. Wait, they asked a 16-year-old to refrain from being erect for 6 weeks? Dude, right, Rod? I was thinking the same, like, According to all my penis having friends, like, when your dick becomes active, it's literally like you think of the smell of Nana's warm cookies and you get a hard on. It means nothing about Nana. Hard-ons just happen all the time for no fucking reason. What would happen? What happens? What happens? My dick became a second belly button from this combo. Death Valley. It's real though. Be careful. A biological impossibility? What? Which part? Wait. What's a biological impossibility? What is? Nothing's a biological impossibility, I've learned. Some things are improbable, but never impossible. Oh, not getting enriched at 16. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant dick breaking. I was like, no, that's real. That's... seen that. Oh my god. Unzipping the zip, yeah. I was thinking like excessive blood flow might swelling and that poor child. That is just dude foul. That's most people with a penis, I feel like. Anyone I know, it doesn't always mean arousal or sexual anything. It's just a dick thing. They have a whole variety of things they do if they have a priapism, and I've watched a video. Oh, absolutely not. Okay, so get this, then. This is on topic, but like, on the topic of young penis havers being just, existentially hard. Zach's little brother voluntarily got a circumcision while he was a teenager. Because he was so scared people would make fun of his uncircumcised dick. Like, did he have a hard time? Like, harder time than I previously thought. Like, why would you do that? If you've ever made fun of someone's penis for what their parents chose to cut it up into, you're a fucking asshole. Go look in the mirror naked before you judge other people, you pissant. I know, it is. To me, I think it's insane. I just don't. I mean, but someone probably bullied him. Because in America, we chop dicks up left and right. No, Rage. I'm good. That sounds terrible. Yeah, Savage. That's Zach's brother did the same. Dude, Senor, have you ever seen that Sandra Bullock movie? It's 28 Days, I think it's called. She goes to rehab, and oh god, is it Tudyk? I think it's Tudyk. There's two ginger actors that I mix up a lot. I think it's Tudyk. But he's like, yeah, and he's on a ropes, or what is it? I'm terrible at telling this story. This is terrible. Zip line. He's like in the harness for the zip line, and of course it like makes his fucking junk look huge. And he has this weird, some sort of northern accent he's pretending to be, and he's like, "Oh, look at my package." But there's a funny part where they're all sitting like in a recovery group because they're all drug addicts in recovery, and they're like, "If you could get anything back, what would you get?" And he's like, "My foreskin. Nobody asked me; they just took it." And I've thought about that a lot. That movie came out like in the 90s or like 2000 or something. I think about that a lot. Like, are you guys ever bitter that your moms did not think you were perfect when you came out? Like, your mom straight up was grossed out by your penis so much that she let a stranger laser it off. My mom didn't do that to me. And arguably, I've got more skin. Like little empty ball sacks. Alan Tudyk must be doubly at risk. He's also a ginger. See, Najila, and those are the only reasons, in my opinion. It's every day. Every day. So, Molly, I was led to believe that as well. I was led to believe that people did it normally so that penises were cleaner. That being said, there is exactly 0 studies or peer-reviewed papers or anything published saying that at all. Like, anytime there's a crevasse and skin and flesh is involved, we should clean it. And, like, arguably, like, teach your kid how to clean their dick. Anatomical things aside, like, some dicks are different. Like, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I mean, to be real with you, I have sucked and fucked a lot of dicks in my life, both uncut and not. And the ratio of clean dick to unclean dick has literally nothing to do with the additional skin on the head of it. It has all to do with the fucking chud of a human connected. If their dick is dirty, the rest of them is twice as bad because people cherish their dick. So, like, if the dick is dirty, you just must assume everything else is twice as dirty because they take care of that more than any other part of their body. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But that's like personal experience, I guess. I also date someone uncut. So, like, have talked to him about it a lot, and he's like, I've never found an issue with my dick being extra dirty. It's not like I take a piss and roll my foreskin over it and, like, pinch it together and shake it up and be like, yeah, get nice and juicy in there. Like, what the fuck? Hey, Fallout had a guy in it fucking chickens, so I haven't gone there yet. I had a patient come into the ER one time. They thought it'd be cute to let their snake crawl through their ear plug, and the snake got stuck. So they came to the hospital and wanted us to chop the snake in half to get it out to save their plug. Do you want to guess what we did? We found a new home for the snake. We sliced that bitch's ear real quick, and we found a new home for the fucking snake. Idiots. Idiots, idiots, idiots. I mean, seriously, I'm not kidding. They thought coming to the hospital meant that we'd be more willing to abuse an animal because a vet wouldn't do it. Bitch, we managed to still care about humans for all their faults. You think we don't care about animals? What? Fucking assholes is absolutely right. Waste of air, human being. 100%. I hope New Vegas is the next season. I love New Vegas. I hope they do it, but I'm also nervous that they will fuck it and it won't be good. But, like, I think it'll be good. I thought it was really well done. I enjoyed the show. Before blowy, wipe your ass really good. That's where the smell comes from. Dicks are usually clean. It's the ass that ruins the party. Dude, seriously, it's your gooch. Your gooch is just like a sweaty fun bridge for bacteria and poo and pee flex to travel back and forth between your nutsack and your butthole all day long. It is a fucking get a bidet. I've never, though, seriously, I've never run into a dirty dick. Like, in terms of, like, cut or uncut, like, ratios, ever. Like, if a person's dirty, chances are their dick's dirty. Like, the person is dirty. Some people are just dirty, but it has nothing to do with the skin on their penis. And just an asterisk, your dick is beautiful and functions wonderfully. Please don't be questioning yourself if you have skin or don't. You didn't have a choice. I'm so sorry your mom thought your penis was ugly, though. Mommy's precious angel. Only after this man gets paid to laser that skin off his dick, though. Filthy fetus. So weird. Tears. They call it a taint because it corrupts all around. My stepdad, being the foul creature he is, when we were kids, we used to ask questions like that. Like, Dad, why is it called a taint? Because it taint your balls and it taint your asshole. That's what I was told. I like yours better. Dude, there is no shame in a good whore bath if you're going to let people put their mouth all over your body parts. Ever. Whore baths are it. Exactly, Spiffy. That's exactly what I say to people when my sister and her boyfriend showed up and her boyfriend looked at me like I was crazy for having a bidet, but then he whipped out a package of flushable man wipes. I was like, bitch. If my dad sees those, who is a fucking plumber, by the way, he will make you break up with my sister. There ain't no such thing as a flushable wipe. It's not real. It's toilet paper. And that's barely it. Yeah, there's no fucking such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a flushable wipe. You will have problems. There's no such thing. I'm here to inform you, it doesn't exist. If it says plumber approved, it's a lie. What plumber? Who's talking to the plumber? I literally saw some in a store one time that said plumber approved, took a picture and sent it to my dad, and he sent me back, what the fuck? There's no such thing. But no shit, I said the same thing to my sister's boyfriend. I was like, all right, dude, if I took a dump on your hand and gave you a piece of dry tissue paper, would you feel clean? No, you'd probably ask for a little fucking water. What's wrong with a bidet? Stop it. They're wonderful. My butthole's super clean. Dude, savage, right? And that's my dad. My dad builds water treatment plants. So you and my dad probably have a shit ton of the same knowledge in your head. My dad builds water treatment plants and he specializes in underwater welding. So he builds all those like filtration systems in the water treatment plants and shit like that. And he is like, we grew up on a well on top of all this. So the neurosis of my father was quite strong. Like, you know, it wasn't just like, no tampons down the toilet, girls. It was like, if you use more than 3 squares of toilet paper for your fat ass, I'm gonna know about, you know, like living on a well and like your own septic was a nightmare with this man. But learning about the filtration systems of the like sewage system in general is fascinating. It's truly fascinating. Like the fact that this is why they tell you you're not supposed to flush drugs anymore if you didn't know this, because I don't know why we all thought this. There's no fucking filtration system taking drugs out of the water. What filter can microscopically filter out those tiny little particles that are dissolved and like broken down at that point? Like that's not a thing. They actually think a lot of infertility today is due to a lot of birth control being flushed down toilets in the 80s because we were told to flush everything down the toilet, but all those hormones are just in the water now. There's no way to get them out. Like I don't know, no one fucking just asks a plumber, you know? Or like, you know, I say plumber is a grander term, but people who work in the industry of water filtration. Well, I wasn't even going to spring that up, Senor, because that always scares people, but there's a lot of medications on top of that. Birth control, anything hormonal, ADD medication, a lot of antipsychotics. The way that they go in, they come out exactly the same way, chemically speaking. So like a lot of meth heads do drink their own piss. Unfortunately, because there's meth in it and they can get a hit off it. So all the ADD medication, all the birth control being taken orally that's being metabolized and pissed out of a body is pissed out in the exact same form straight into the water system. It's pretty fucked up. And there just is no filtration system. It doesn't exist to do that. You know, it has to be treated with chemicals in a different way, and that our water tastes funny, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, you've never... Oh, foul, dude. It's actually really sad. I have a lot of family members and cousins and brothers and shit who have... and sisters who have dabbled in the meth world. And not only will they drink their own piss, but one of the major signs, at least I noticed when my siblings were getting a little fuckery, none of them are on meth right now that I'm aware of, thank fuck, is that they would chew on the sore, like they would, you know, scratch sores, but then they'll suck the wounds because they think there's meth. They don't want to waste any meth. So, like, my sister, for instance, came home one year for Christmas and had this big wound. I think it was in the bottom of her hand, and I've never forgot. She would just sit here like this all day, sucking on it. And I learned that later in life that the blood is wasted meth. It's like, addiction is so fucking tragic, man. It is so, how dare we villainize anyone suffering such a horrible disease? Like, it's the fucking saddest shit. Read about the traces of joy in the water in big cities. We're drinking medication, our tap water from excrement in the water. Yes. All that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild. Not to get high. Yeah. It's desperation. I read about a wastewater study that found that the Puget Sound area has the highest levels of cannabis metabolites per capita of the U.S. I'd believe that. It's kind of trapped water. Treated or evaporated, but both are expensive to do. Very much so. Fallout, broken dicks, ass wiping, piss drinking. What a journey. I mean... I'm not mad. I don't start this. How are you, Vex? It's crazy. If you guys didn't see her, I wouldn't. I wonder how long she would stand there. Uh, What's up, baby girl? Here, baby girl. You were so patient. Come here. Oh, punch the mic. Yeah, that's my girl. Right in the mic. How's your day? Good. Okay. Good. Yeah. They're so patient about it, though, most of the time. She's such a little baby. You're such a baby. What? The way she acts badass, and then she's like, this coy act. You're very cute. Hello, my boy. How are you? You want to come say hi? Hi, Bubba. How are you doing? Oh, not the mouth, bud. Right on my mouth. The duality of them. They are 4-year-olds. My old man. Covered in grays. Got as much as mom. You're so much more chill than your sister. You looking at the screen? What's going on that screen? What's going on, bud? Do you see yourself? Is that right there? I look the other way. See the dog? You're very handsome. His little pom pom just kills me. Like, you're a very handsome boy, bud. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty badass. It's whatever. You got a lot of grays, bud. What's with all that silver in your eyebrows? George, have a gander. You just came to hang out? Alright. That's cool with me. Hail Thetan. I can't reach my button, but I will. They're little, like, yes. But I always I refer to them as butterballs. They looked like a little butterball turkey because they're like just those super silky like curls all over, but their bellies, they just have like these big pink hairless bellies. They were so cute. I mean, when we got these guys, and granted, it was like for a good month, they were small and then they were full grown all of a sudden. They were like, I could hold both in one hand. I could hold one in each hand, you know, by their belly, that little like pop, that pink belly. They couldn't get up a step, like one step. We have two rather shallow cement steps that go out onto our back patio into the backyard. They couldn't get up them. They would just like run at them and do like the against the step and do that like roll away. The memories of it are great. They were so cute. They were, I mean, you're still cute. You're still my cute boy. I see you. You're still precious. But yes, I have pictures of them somewhere where they're just like butter, literal. I mean, Zach has a picture of them the day that we came home with them, and I'm sitting on our kitchen floor, and they're just like this big. Like one's laying on my leg and one's next to my leg. I can't remember how it is, but they're shorter than my leg bone, which is a long leg bone, granted. It's just comparatively. Like now you're like 85, 90 pounds and you're enormous. Look at my big boy. Come here. Come here. Who's a good boy? You. You just want to lick my chapstick off. That's all you want from me is my lip stuff. And then Bill's gonna hump and... Thanks, Bill. Good job. Where is my Toker Poker? I think it's in my big organizer up here, actually. I have like a huge organizer on the wall I need to go through. It's just a bunch of tiny little drawers and stuff, and I think it's in there. Oh, they were... Well, there's... You know what's weird? Their curls are more defined as adults. It's like... Their curls when they're puppies, they're almost like diffused, but they are silky. Like their fur is, you know, puppy fur. It's so downy and so silky, but it almost doesn't... They look more like fuzzy. Almost like they stuck their finger in a light socket or something. And then the older they got, the more they lost their puppy fur, and then they get these silky, like, just fucking perfect curls. His curls are really perfect. You got beautiful curls, bub. He's just laying on my desk now. Are you comfortable? Right in the mouth, every time. At least you don't have bad breath. Thanks for letting me brush your teeth, bud. I like it. It tastes like a bacon. Doesn't smell like a bacon. I think he's watching the screen. What are you watching? I don't know. Bless you. Get it? Do you need to go potty? I can't. Look at that face. Your like double chin look is just great, bud. Do you want to go outside? Okay. All right. Quick break, I guess. And then we can play some Senua. And if you guys want to talk more Fallout, though, we can talk about Fallout while we play Senua, obviously, because it's Fallout fucking spoiler day. But something's in my eye. Zach managed to beat the game. He played for like 9 hours straight yesterday, though. I am so sorry. I am literally physically incapable of sitting that long. I can't fucking do it. So it's going to take us 3 days. Oh, well. What do you fucking do? Where's my shit? What up, C-Town? We were just about to take a break because my dogs are... I think they have to shit or something because they're all over me. Bill, you're so pretty. Look at those people eyes you got. Pretty girl. You're a neurotic girl. Little princess. Is the way you live at me? Oh, is for the only pup I see. Is very, very extraordinary. Is even more than anyone that you adore. You're so pretty. You and your weird people eyes. What happened? What happened? I didn't do shit. Oh, I bet Twitch is acting weird. Refresh, everyone. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even notice. I'm over here like having a dance with Bill. Yeah, that must be Twitch just doing a weird... I don't know. They were acting weird earlier. I'm so sorry if shit acted fucked. We were just over here having a snuggle. We're just being bitches together. We're good? Okay. Let's take a break. If it happens again, I don't know. Just chill. We'll hang. I don't know. I'll be back and we'll play some games together. I'm so sorry. I don't know why that happened. Do you want to go outside, Bill? She's such a bitch. Oh, wait. Hold on. Look, I'm Scar. This is how Zach... Oh, my God. That is a cute shot of us. I actually love that. I'm keeping that. But now I'm Scar. Okay, break time. Be right back. The welt will go away. Don't worry. This happens all the time. I think I got it. Oh. Bastard. It might be because she just clawed my eye. Look at this. Dogs, they're the best. So Washington is wet. Pack layers. Like, imagine that at any point in time, it could start to rain, but from the ground. That's Washington. It's great. It's cold. It's wet, but sometimes it gets hot and sunny randomly. It's seriously layers. Yeah, Western. I mean, of course, that's where we're going. I ain't going to Eastern Washington. I mean, you could, but it's really fucking windy, especially where my parents and my sister are, to the point where it would be an exposure of your kunana all over the place. They actually get a shit ton of snow now, which is crazy. Like, when I lived in Washington, we didn't get barely any snow. Like, we'd get that dusting, and all the schools would shut down, you know? In Western Washington, specifically. But, Eastern Washington, now they get a lot of snow all over the place. It's crazy. Yeah, it's seriously, it's just all about layers. That's why, I mean, you probably, like, I always have, like, shorts, but leg warmers on, and, like, some sort of zip hoodie, but probably some sort of, like, crop top underneath, like, always prepared. Because you just never know. It could be anywhere. Umbrellas are pointless. Don't worry about that. But, like, we'll probably go up to Canada, and I mean, it is existentially colder in Canada no matter what. It's crazy. Just driving an hour north, and it's freezing. And it's really fucking windy. If my mom wants to go on a ferry or something, like, cold, ice, wind, but whales. So, like, yes. Yeah, it's the Pacific Ocean. It is cold. The Pacific Ocean, unless you're in Hawaii, is never warm. It is cold. Cold, choppy, dark, cold. It's what I mean, there's this crazy statistic, like more disembodied feet in shoes wash up in Vancouver and in the Pacific Northwest, like in the Puget Sound, than anywhere else in the entire world, because people go kayaking and shit, thinking, oh, it's summer, it'll be warm, and they get out and they freeze to death in the water and sink and die. And your shoe floats, so the foot always survives. It's really weird. It's not like people are, I mean, there are a lot of serial killers out there, don't get me wrong, but this isn't why. It's people being idiots in freezing fucking water. Someone was actually just lost doing this recently. They tried to kayak something up in the Puget Sound, thinking some channel or something. I don't know what they were doing, and they never were found again because they fucking crashed or something. It's really sad. Fish can't eat feet and shoes. There you go. Yeah. And the shoe floats to the top, so we always find the shoe with feet in it. But yeah, anywhere you're out there, it's going to be windy. It's not warm. Like, you got to get down to California to get warm ocean weather. But it's beautiful. I mean, that's the trade-off. When you don't have warm water, you get the tide pools, and you get to see all the starfish and stuff like that. Like, you get to see, it's just a different environment. It's still beautiful, but like, can get really fucking cold out of nowhere. I think my dog scratched my eyeball. Damn it. Yeah, you have to have a dry suit for the Western Washington waters. Like, they're really deep and really cold. It's still raining here. Well, we haven't had nice weather here in Colorado either. This has been a shitty spring, I think, across the board for everybody. I think you'll be fine, Vis, honestly. It's just layers. Bring a raincoat. Like something waterproof, you know what I'm saying? Like a hoodie ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna get hypothermia if it rains. Because especially if we hang up where my sister lives. My sister lives in the town that I went to college in, and we get actual freezing rain that makes icicles sideways on trees and shit like that. That can be pretty gnarly, but it can hit any time. Even if it's summertime, you can get some shitty weather. You just want to be prepared. Yeah, you're good. You're fine then. You're fine then. That's the biggest mistake I notice. People go to Washington, they wear like a wool pea coat and bring an umbrella and think that's going to be a great option. But it's like, in Washington, you don't often, I mean, we do like in the winter get like pouring rain, but a lot of it's just this weird, misty, wet air that is coming from all directions all the time. So an umbrella is pointless and wool's going to get soaked. Like, you'll be warm for a minute, but you'll just get wet. It just is a little annoying. Like, but only when I blink. It's not like, like pain. Like, I don't think she got my cornea, but I think she got me a little bit. Because, see, right on my eyelid, that's where it feels like there's a hair in my eye, but maybe she got me. The bitch. I look like Scar now. Great. Oh, the hydration, yeah. It's kind of weird. It can get really dry in Washington too. It's a weird environment. You'll see. It's interesting. Like, my mom, for instance, is dry as fuck. Like, her arms just crack and she's lived her whole life. It's the mountains and the convergence zone. There you go. Yeah. All right. Let's try to play the game. I kind of can't see, but I don't know what to do. If my dog scratched my eye, I'm kind of just stuck this way now, but. Ow. What a bitch. I love dogs. They're the best. Where's my chat? I must move you so I can see you. The game will take my mind off my eyeball, probably. raining off and on and off here in Redmond and getting to the 40s at night, and randomly 50 to 70s is the high. Yeah. Sounds like us. Like today, it's like 69 degrees, nice-ish. But we had that fucking crazy storm and hail the other day. Wool socks, my dad actually swears by them. Like, he's worn knee-high wool socks so hardcore his whole life that it wore the hair off of his shins. But, you know, working in the environment he does, like working outside constantly, working construction and shit like that, he absolutely swears by them. And I believe him. But no shit, up his shins, he has no hair at all on his legs. Because these socks, and wearing like those fucking hardcore leather work boots, steel-toed work boots tied all the way up, it just wore all the hair off his leg. It just doesn't grow there anymore. I'm a little jealous. All right, where's my category? Senwa. Socks over hairy legs feels weird. Well, he doesn't have hairy legs anymore. He actually wears 2 pairs of socks. My dad, he's kind of like a genius in certain areas. He gave me this, like, the secret to not getting blisters is just wearing 2 pairs of socks. It's crazy. He wears like one thin, like, white sock, and then he puts the wool sock over it so that the shoe rubs on the white sock, and then he never gets blisters or like gets a sore spot on his feet ever. And I do it anytime I fucking get new shoes, wear 2 pairs of socks for a few days, and I never get blisters on my feet. It's amazing. I swear by Smart Wool. Smart Wool is actually a brand of wool socks that is, I mean, it sounds gross, but I have some Smart Wool socks that I think I've had over 10 years, and I'm actually, hold on. Am I wearing them? I'm wearing them! They're so old. I've had these since college, and they're still in perfect condition. And I wash my clothes, like, probably too much. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Crazy. I would not keep, they have no holes. I've run in these. It's crazy. Like, Smart Wool's legit. I don't know what it is. I've talked multiple people into trying them, and they always are like, holy shit, they're amazing. I'm like, I know. They're like fucking $10 a pair, though, which is excessive in my opinion. Game, don't fuck with me today. Xbox is updating. Excuse me. They have paid for themselves exponentially. Exponentially. Like, I still have, like, cheapy ankle socks and shit like that I get at Costco and stuff, and I go through bags of those. Like, I buy a bag a year or whatever and get holes or whatever. But those Smart Wools, I got them ages ago. I mean, seriously, when I was in college, still kind of getting into running, so I was, like, in that, like, how do you say, like, I'm new to it, so I'm gonna go hardcore. Like, I had to get running shorts and running shoes and running everything and running socks. And I got Smart Wool, and I have never, I mean, they are great. I find them, you know where I find them? I get them at the fuck, I go when REI has, like, its garage sale. Because people buy them in the wrong size or there's a bunch of different kinds of them, like thicker versus thinner versus ankle socks. They buy them wrong, and because they return them, even if they're perfectly in the package and have never been worn ever, they're like 50 to 75% off. I've heard their garage sales almost strictly online now, though, which is awesome. But yeah, I'd get them so fucking cheap. All my running shoes, everything I used to get at their garage sale, it's the best. Like, REI is crazy expensive, but the garage sale, oh shit, it's the best. Because they do not resell things that are unusable. Like, all of it's in perfect condition. It's just because they have, and I don't know, I mean, it's been years, because everything lasts forever. I literally haven't had to buy any new running gear in a while, except shoes. But REI at least used to have this crazy good return policy, where it was like within a year, if not more, you could return anything for any reason. And if it was in perfect condition, not unused, whatever, you could return it without a receipt, with a receipt. Welcome back. I had a bite of a cookie and it got stuck in my teeth. What up, everybody? Welcome back. That song is literally just chanting the Elder Futhark over and over. That Da, 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 da. It's the Elder Futh arc. Just learn it. You can chant it. We can do it together. Teamwork makes the dream work. There's no way to listen to Hylon quietly. That honestly, like, dude, we're about to go into battle. It's like the battle's kind of superfluous when it comes to the game, but I'm keeping my bowl really quick. The music is sometimes the best in the battles because it's just gonna be the fucking like, it's that pulsing. There is Cookie stuck in my tooth. It's that pulsating, just like dun 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 dun. Oh god, it's gonna get us. It's so good. I'm so excited. I fucking love Hylong. I highly suggest if you haven't listened to them, please do. Hylong actually means healing. The music sounds like I'm sure my mom would be like, "Is this demon chanting music?" And I'd be like, it's like healing, but okay. It's really pretty though. I've seen them live twice, once at Red Rocks and once in Virginia, or DC or Virginia. I can't remember where, but it was gorgeous. They were wonderful both times. Really good show. Get out of my way, Keith. Same. It chills me out. I love it. Sometimes it's nice to listen to music where you really don't understand what they're saying, and it still sounds dope. I don't know. It's like relaxing. Cheers. Same. And it feels that way at at the shows. Smokey McSmokerson. All right, let's do this. I remembered yesterday at the end of stream that I forgot. I had promised you guys that I would play you a music video from Hylung, just to give you an idea of what they look like and sound like and everything. It's very much like the game we just sounded like. Like that is the game we just sounded like. The game we just played, their look is very similar to that. They kind of have that vibe. Let me see. Narupo's pretty good. There's a ton of their live shows, which are, I mean, phenomenal. Let me see if I can find one. I wanted to okay, let me see. I think Narupo. Yeah, both of them show Maria. I just wanted you to see Maria singing. She's the female vocals in it, and she just has such a beautiful voice. Let me see. Yeah, I forgot at the end of stream. I literally ended stream, and it was just sitting there on my screen. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't get to play my music. Oh, that was Kills. No, I saved it because I thought he had to go or something. Wait, didn't I? I don't think we listened to it, did we? Let me look through my browsers in a minute. I don't think we did. Thank you, Vile. Let's do Narupo. Narupo's one of their most recent. I was gonna say new music videos. It's 4 years old. I cannot believe it's 4 years old. Hold on. Is it Hylung? Wait. There was one I was desperately. I mean, that one's amazing. It's 9 minutes long. There's one that's amazing. I was desperately trying to remember what it was, and I think I just remembered it, and then maybe I didn't. But it was. Oh, was it? Oh. Yeah. I don't. Not the animation one. I might have missed. I really like. My brain was like, oh my god, and I thought I was thinking of an Aurora and Hylung, but I think what I forgot and mistook was actually, I think it was Wardruna or Danheim with Aurora, where they sing like in those cliffs. It's fucking amazing regardless, but I don't think it was Hylung, and I forgot. I mean, I didn't forget. I just fucked it up in my head. You know the one I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I think it's not Hylung. Not that that's a bad thing. I was just like, oh my god, I remembered this one Hylung thing I want to show you, but I don't think it's. I think it's Wardruna. But it's still amazing. Like, please go watch it if you ever get a chance. It's really, really well done. I was scanning to see if maybe I was wrong, but I don't. I think I was wrong, right? Which ones? This one? That for sure, Z's. That shade of pink. Oh god, who didn't have that one? That shade of pink is so real. I know I can't. Same. My brain is farting so hard on it, but I'm scrolling. Don't worry, I'm looking. Um, I mean, there's a ton of good shit on here. It's hard. I keep getting distracted because I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. But there's the one where they're literally, it's Aurora, and then one of these amazing bands that has a similar sound, and they're singing like in a fucking cave, like in a inlay into a mountain. Is that it, C-Town? Hold on. But it's them live, and it's pretty cool. Yes, I did. I was messing around with different colors, like summery colors. So that one's like a pinkish orange with gold on it, and that one's an orange with gold on it, and then that one's an orange with pink on it. Oh. Someday my nails will be all the same color. Someday. It is. I mean, these ones literally are just hollow glitter. So that's very it's I mean, 80s was the birth of the hollow glitter. So that's kind of very much that time, right? That's when we discovered rainbow glitter. It's the best. Is it C-Town fucking found it? It was Wardruna! I was wrong right again. I was wrong right. Amazing band though. If you like the sound of these bands, please check out Wardruna. Equally just as amazing. I mean, I don't want to say equals it's implying, she has the coolest fangs. And I know I think they're natural because people have asked her about them. You're at a performance and you might not be entertained, but those people who are performing for you, like, not only is it insulting, but you're very distracting when you're not just participating in the activity you are a part of, i.e., fucking watching. I'm queen of wanting to talk all the time and disrupt, and I can still sit through an entire show and not be a dick like that. Fuck. Anyways, I'm gonna go walk my dogs and stuff. Tomorrow we return to 80s and stuff. Thank you for hanging out with me today. That game was fucking incredible and emotional, and I cried a lot and screamed a lot. So pray for my voice. I'm gonna go make some tea. I'm sorry for those who haven't watched me. I mean, not really sorry, but like, I guess I apologize a little bit to those who have never watched me play like a fighting game before or something like that. I can get a little ferocious sometimes. Aggressive, competitive, one might say. And I just, sorry if your ears hurt. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. I appreciate that. I get really fucking into it, man. Cheers. I mean, Vile, you're not wrong. At least I get mad at good things. So, watch party. Thank you for reminding me. So, we finished up Fallout last night, and I've been really wanting to rewatch Arcane. I haven't rewatched it since it came out. I've tried many times, but I get really like it's kind of a hard show to watch. I don't know. It's a great show, but it's a little emotional. So I was thinking we could start that maybe on Friday. Like have a couple days off, and then Friday we could start up watch party again. Rewatch Arcane. Rewatch for me, maybe fresh watch for other people. As always, I mean, if you don't know how to do the double bars on your conversation in Discord, we can teach you how to type things so it's like blacked out so people that haven't watched the show before can't see it and you can still talk about what you want, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Arcane's real good. Shogun's really good as well. Shogun, I was really nervous. I just finished it, actually. I was nervous to watch it because it's one of my favorite books ever from when I was a kid. I love that book. But the show was pretty decent. I thought they did a pretty decent job. Arcane's amazing, Donna. It's a really, really good. It's like watching a full season of an episode of Love, Death, and the Robots, if you've ever watched that. It's just a really unique kind of animation style that tells a story. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but I thought, is tomorrow Friday? Man, my days are fucked up. Then that's one day off. We could start Saturday. Do you want to start Saturday instead and have 2 days off? I don't care. The artwork for Arcane is literally off the chain. I agree 100%. It's so good. I watch it half for that and half for the story. The story is amazing. The voice actress for Jinx is the same actress as Lucy for Fallout, so we're going to be like rolling into a show where we're going to hear a very, very similar voice. It's kind of interesting. So we want to start yes to Saturday? Or whatever. Because I'm cool either way. Cool. Let's start Saturday. Let's have 2 days off to like cleanse our brains. Tomorrow's Faded Friday. We're probably gonna get high as fuck. So we'll take a couple days off. And then Saturday. So what we've been doing basically is just, if you so wish, join the Discord, and we have a voice channel called Shh, because it's literally just for watching movies and not talking. But we have a text channel called Shh, where we, the whole fucking time, we are obnoxious with gifs and things during the show, but it's fun because you can just watch it. But we just finished Fallout, and all of us kind of agreed last night, like, we really enjoyed just hanging out for an hour every night, just having like a watch party. And I've been really selfishly wanting to rewatch Arcane, and I cannot watch it alone. Like, I genuinely get very sad, so it'd be cool to have company to watch it. So yeah, it'd be 7 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. You do the conversion. We'll start on Saturday with Arcane, again in the Discord if you wanna hang out, but no pressure. The show's been out for a while, but it's a really good one. And then we can just, I don't know. I know there's another season coming out of that too, sometime. I don't know if it's this year though. I don't remember. Anyway, that will be the plan. Tomorrow, Faded Friday. We listen to music, we watch funnies, we get very high, and we laugh a lot. Hopefully my voice survived this game. This game was great, though. Please play all of the Senua games. They're incredible. It is free on Game Pass right now, so pick it up, play it. It took me 3 days, which means it'll take you a couple hours, right? It's nothing. Get your music together. Eventually, I would like to put together a Discord channel where I like somehow, I don't know what I do, control it so it's only for Faded Fridays, so I'm not losing links in chat and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that one out. Probably talk to Glut or something. He's really smart with that shit. But other than that, I'm gonna raid into Zach 'cause he's playing a game I want to watch, and that's it. Take care of yourself. Take your fucking joy. Drink water. Do what you need to do to feel okay, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, Bubba? Yeah, that's my boy.
Well.